Nakore Apparel is a lifestyle brand inspired by and created for those who unabashedly seek, speak, and live in truth. Nakore is the African Adinkra symbol for truthfulness, and the clothes speak truth in all its forms with the ultimate aim of love and justice. If you're down to expand the culture, break barriers, and eradicate injustice wherever you find it, then Nakore Apparel is the brand for you. Go to NakoreApparel.com. That's N-O-K-O-R-E Apparel.com.
Nakore, apparel for truth tellers.
You are now tuned in to the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast.
Yo, what is going on? This is DJ Brainstorm on the mic with you right now, coming to you live and direct with episode number. Dev didn't tell me what it was.
337. I ain't even changed it. I ain't even changed it.
I thought about it right when it was about to go live. I was talking all that shit right before.
337.
337 of the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast, the DMST podcast is back. Thank you to everybody tuning in right now on the Duo Podcast, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Thank you to everybody tuning in throughout the week on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, the TuneIn Radio app. No Wooshka.
What's up, kind of
Anywhere,
loud?
wherever, however you get your podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. Playboy, how you feeling?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. Playboy the DJ, man. Playboy DA DJ. Another show, another week, man. I'm ready to get it in, man. Let's get it.
Ulysses, how are you feeling?
Blessed, healthy, and wealthy per usual. Feeling real good. Feeling grateful. I'm in this place of gratitude. The little things, you know? Feeling grateful.
Okay.
Man, I'm joking.
Dev, how you feeling?
Fuck, how you feeling?
No, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
As y'all can see, it's going to be one of them. He's
Yeah,
starting
it's a-
already.
No, I'm going to have some fun. I ain't gonna
We
be
are
too-
going to have some fun. We always have some fun.
I ain't going to be too crazy. I'm
Yeah.
trying to look at my volume. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm-
we got to, you know, we hey, y'all
I'm up
got to
here.
give us a little grace. We
Testing.
making sure we get
Check.
some things together.
Check 45 in this bitch. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully everything's good and everybody's feeling
y'all hear
good
me?
this week.
Okay.
Everybody's
Let
tuning
us
in
know
and watching.
in the feed.
Let us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna let us know. I'm watching the YouTube. I guess other people.
Yeah, I'll
I
pick
think
up the book.
y'all watching the Facebook. So
Oh, I started. I'm about to say maybe I ain't started.
okay. You said you haven't.
I think I did.
I ain't getting no notification.
Me either.
I didn't get one either.
So it may
Let's
not
see.
be
Hold
up.
on. Let's see.
Technology.
Oh, shit. It's not. My dumb ass, man.
It's all good.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Oh, you ain't hit the one part over
Yeah,
there?
I ain't hit the part over here. I got it. It'll be up in a second. Let's go.
All right. We'll start going around the room. Playboy, how was your week?
Week been, actually,
Ulysses is a
y'all seen her looking. Actually, this has been a better week than I've had previously. This has been an excellent week. I was able to take care of some business, accomplish a few things. So everything is okay. I'm feeling better. I'm good.
okay.
It was one thing I wanted to do this weekend that didn't get accomplished, but it will get accomplished, and I promise it will. So it's all good.
Okay. Ulysses, how was your week?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Lisa, she just be so extra.
Lord Jesus Christ.
Shut up. No, my week was cool. Worked a whole hell of a lot, and I did my private event for the pastor's anniversary
You
yesterday.
did the pastor thing.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Hold on, praise
30
him.
minutes of
Praise him
clean.
first.
I mean,
First and foremost, praise.
Hey.
I'm sorry. First and foremost, the Lord is my shepherd,
He know what I want.
and
He
He
the
knows what
head
I
of my
want.
life.
And
He leadeth me to greener pastures.
all the
Hey,
time,
babe.
all the time.
I
And
think that's what it is. He
and
layeth me to lie down in greener.
It's not green. It's just green.
And even in Vegas nights, he keeps us on the straight and
Yes. He shines through the clouds on Vegas
narrow.
nights
He keeps it straight and
and
narrow.
illuminates my path.
He opens up those slot machines on
And
one
cheeks.
pull.
Uh-huh.
on one pull, on one push, she opens up those slot machines. And when the Lord gives them, I put them in my pocket. I'm sorry, you. Let's go ahead.
I see it's gonna be one of the pots for you too.
But keep the party
The
going.
Lord provides with yams. No soul food.
Hey, but being 100 though, like when I did the show, I remember syrup sandwiches and gram allowances.
Yeah.
You all
So it
right?
keep me humble, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I
So as a whole,
remember them days.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bars.
But doing that show, one, I ain't gonna lie, like I don't know, it almost like it made me start all over at the beginning again. It almost made me feel like a brand new comic. Because one, I had to do the show sober. I had to. I wasn't gonna go in there conscious wise with, anything in my system
Slipping
or
up,
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like drinking or nothing like that, whatever. Like, no, I had to do the show sober. Two, I had to do it clean. No cussing. No sex. No, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. 30 minutes.
felt long, didn't it?
I did 48.
Okay.
they was, and then on top of that, I don't know if you ever had to sit through comedy without a mic, but they didn't even have a mic. So that put more work into delivering it because it's like just the audio. Like I can whisper something and it hit different. You know what I'm saying? But not having a mic, clean, sober, and then to do 48 minutes on accident.
Yeah.
Like that right there.
You was meant to be there.
And the pastor
that's
enjoyed
also-
it. He was
You
like,
at least
man,
always be secretly bigging yourself up. You know what I'm saying? When you break it down.
We gonna
nigga,
big
when
you
you
up
think
too.
about that, could you?
We gonna big you
Look
up
at
too.
it.
Nigga, could you?
Look at it. Look at it.
Man, please, that shit. All right.
I like the emphasis on the
You know what I'm saying?
We gonna big you up too, though. No, definitely.
No, that's
definitely.
dope. That's dope.
I mean, a switch up.
I earned my dollars.
A switch up though. I mean, I'm gonna give you that though. I mean, honestly, it's when you, especially when's the last time you done something that with no cussing or whatever. So I mean, so it's like, yeah, I get it.
I
It's
mean,
almost
hell,
like,
half the comics now that's doing shit can't hit a mic without talking about a dick, whether it
It's
be
almost-
theirs or somebody else's.
it's almost like DJing, how people can't do a clean set, like they can't play
Oh,
songs
I got.
without.
Matter of fact, I got the songs coming
and
to
you know what?
Thank you.
For the-
I was
for the,
actually
uh,
like when the
yeah.
thing
Real
was
quick,
okay.
just to say, when you talk about DJing, I literally was thinking about you and Playboy last night when I was at Skeets. Because the DJ or whatever.
When you was skeeting.
Yeah,
What'd you
that's a
it's a
different one. But go
bar.
ahead.
Oh, okay.
Skeets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought you just said you was thinking about them when you was skeeting. That's a whole different conversation. All right, go ahead. My bad.
Not extra. Niggas. But no, I was at Skeets and he wouldn't play any hardcore rap. So what he would do is that he would take the instrumentals of like, Kodak Black, but put the audio of Anita Baker over it. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird.
It's dope.
No,
It
it was weird though because you got the
Man,
instrumental.
what?
No, for real. I kid you not. I made a little video or whatever, and it was one of Drake's intermission.
Uh-oh.
Instrumentals. I'm sorry. My brain was back in my mouth.
Dev love catching when a nigga fuck up a word.
I thought she was. I didn't know what word she was getting at. I thought it was an interlude. I didn't know.
It was getting the
I
best of
didn't
me.
know.
Whatever
I
it was getting the best of me.
I know Drake came over the intercom. I know what was going
What's
on.
the intercourse? I mean,
What was going on with Drake and entering somewhere?
I could not.
But he was instructing some shit. Okay.
No, so I made a video
Interlude.
of Drake's instrument.
Bzz, that's the spelling bee.
It was
Keep
Drake's
stinging you.
instrumental,
okay.
and it was Anita Baker's "No Pain."
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So all you hear is like "No pain, no pain, no gain" over Drake
That is
music. Like it was the
Anita
craziest
Baker,
thing.
I
No,
mean,
that ain't Anita
Who is
Anita
it?
Baker.
That's I can't think of it right now.
No gain, no gain. That's not Anita Baker.
You right? It ain't.
Betty
But
Right.
I know what you're saying though.
Betty Wright.
Yeah,
Okay.
Betty
That's
Wright.
okay.
Yeah, you just can't be throwing shit around.
Yeah.
That shit came out
put that on my
somewhere.
grandma.
That came there. It was like somebody tap you on the shoulder and you're gonna look and they fist right there. But yeah, I mean, if you had a DJ set or whatever to where you had to tell 90% of your patrons or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you can't play Kodak Black Peachy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and
it
you have
get
to
rough.
figure something out.
Oh,
Yeah.
it gets rough.
So
Brainstorm, no.
and I ain't gonna lie, he played every genre of music, all different, you know what I'm saying, like ages or whatever. He played some reggae, he played some old school, new school, and you know, he had a couple hip hop songs or whatever, but for the most part, you know, he tried to encompass everybody. He was doing a good job.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you got through it. It's good to hear. Seriously, it's good to hear.
Man.
That's that's experience, because that allows you to. I mean, that just opens your repertoire, so to speak. So, you know, you can go in and do some shit, and you know you can go do this too.
And you know what's so crazy? It really made me tap into my storytelling, and I don't do that a lot with comedy, because storytelling, like when you like perform or whatever, you usually have 5 to maybe 10, maybe 15 if they like you, to tell some jokes that's gonna get people laughing. So you usually don't go to stories unless you got like some real solid stories. But yeah, it was dope, man. My week was dope.
Cool.
Dev, how was your week?
Fuck this week.
week was cool. I mean, I'm just getting used to I talked about it earlier in the year. It's even more prevalent now. Just the process of trying to help turn around a school is very difficult. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a challenging week. Work is I'm starting to get used to the intensity of it, but it be a lot going on, man. It'd be a lot going on. So in the trenches, but I wouldn't want to be nowhere else right now. So it was a cool week. If I started going into what was going on and shit, y'all be like, what in the hell? It just, each week it just grows and grows and grows.
Do you think that weighs on you personally?
Not necessarily.
Do it affect your day to day?
I think, no, not anymore. It used to when I first started working in residential and then social work. But like for the past 10 years or so, no. But early on it did. You know what I mean? Early on, I would take some of that shit to the crib with me. You know what I mean? You can't help but take some shit to the crib when you like dropping 2 infants off in the Walmart parking lot to their mama after you had to take them from her for, you know what I mean, for drugs. Like that shit weighs on you early on. You know what I'm saying? When you're a social worker and or kids coming in and they cutting and trying to kill themselves, like that shit fucks with you. But after you go through that, like you don't realize what jobs mean when they talk about experience. Like, so when I go interview for these jobs, they like, oh, okay, when can you start? Because they like, I know you, this is, you know what I mean? I just had to work at places where the chairs were bolted down to the floor. What? Where like, you know, when shit go left, you can't have nothing on unit that is removable because whatever is available, them kids going to try to use to harm themselves or you. So like you get in a school, a kid having a fit, it's like, okay, calm down, man. I'm going to call your mama. They probably going to make you cry you know what I mean, when I call your mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's really, it's not as intense. So, no, not no more. It don't really do that to me. So it's just, in the moment, it just, I don't know. In the moment, it just be a lot. It's really the juggling of responsibilities in the building that is the more difficult part now. You know what I'm saying? But nah, once them kids go to the crib, when I hit 93rd, a Union, and I start driving towards Opportunity Corridor,
It's a wrap.
it is a wrap. I put on an episode of Judge Mathis. Can I, real quick, speaking of my week, my week just consists of work and watching Judge Mathis. Let me tell you. Shout out to the homie Kat because she was coming back from somewhere. Speaking of, Kat was on last week. Her album is out. Great area. Go listen to it streaming if you haven't. She was coming back from her self-vacation. And she was talking about how she was watching Judge shows. And all I watch is Judge Mathis. And I think the reason I'm old now, and I've embraced it because I watch Judge Mathis. And I think it's because they be on there suing niggas for like $180. For like $212.73. Like in the back of our mind, we like, nigga, just give them the $150. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. So it draws us in because they not suing for $40,000 because that's out our league. Mm-hmm. But you got 2 niggas just normal arguing over $185. Yeah. I'm all in, nigga. You know
You was a regular lawn person. You cut their grass 2-3 times in a row, but they ain't paying.
You pay you?
Yeah.
Boom, give me my bread.
Nah, nigga, I ain't
you know
coming
what I'm saying? So I love that shit because it's just, and it's.
I told you 2 levels, nigga, on the mower, not 3.
I'm taking you to court. That nigga Judge Mathis, I was watching one today where the lady was like, he said her man used to smoke crack. He was letting the shit ride, but the nigga wasn't making no sense. And he like, now, sir, I'm going to put you out in the courtroom because you're in here talking like a crackhead right now.
I seen that.
Ma'am, I know you think you're done with crack, but this man is talking like a crackhead, man. That shit is the greatest, man. It's the greatest shit ever, man.
Man.
And it's just arguing. It's like, it's white noise argument. It's always a solution. It's very male based. Like there's always a problem. There's both sides, and then there's a solution. And it's always logical.
In 23 minutes with the
It's
commercial.
boom, nigga, boom.
23
But on
minutes.
YouTube, it's about 12 minutes and 30 seconds.
See?
Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Problem, issues,
Talked
solution.
about, boom,
Very concrete.
day over.
And if he can't come to a solution, it's because neither one of them niggas made sense. Makes sense to me. I got you. But if both y'all niggas don't make sense, then they're going to be like, hey, both y'all niggas sound crazy. That's basically what he be saying to him, man. But I love that shit, man. Love that show. So that's what my life consists of. How was my week? Work and Judge Mathis.
Okay.
Do you think you're a completely different person at work than you are in
No.
any other setting? Or are you the same? Like
I'm the same. I'm the same person. The only thing that changes is my word usage. But I think that's the luxury of working. Not the luxury. That's the skill of, to me, to be honest with you.
I was trying to big up himself.
No, not for. She was waiting for that. She was waiting for that shit like Michael. She was waiting for that like L'Oreal or Michael B. Jordan. She was waiting for that one. She was waiting for that one.
You see a plastic?
We'll get to that later.
I seen the look in her eye earlier.
She had her arm,
She-
hand on hand.
She set that shit up. She asked me the goddamn question
I pulled a
too.
braid. I pulled a braid.
But no, when you working with kids, you got to be authentic with them because they'll see through that shit in a heartbeat. Especially when you working in the trenches, they'll see right through some fake shit if you being fake with them. So I just say fake stuff. Everything I would have said everything I said to y'all just now. I just would have said fake stuff or fakeness. Yeah, so it's the same. And I always got to remind them, look, I'm from East Cleveland, so stop missing me with all this nonsense you talking about. Y'all in here talking about y'all about to fight. I ain't never worried about nobody that's about to do nothing.
Right.
Y'all need to go back to class for y'all about to fight.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Fights happen. Fight.
Right.
Fight.
But see,
Or be quiet.
Have you ever fought in school?
In school, yeah, I fought in school. I haven't fought in school in a long time. But I remember I missed I missed
what the hell he throw down? Hold on. What was in your hand?
the hot sauce packet.
Handkerchief? I mean, what was that?
Hey, hold on. That nigga said.
What was that? Okay.
This nigga said,
He took us to the 1600s.
It was crazy because hey, I do recall.
that nigga said to them, a
That nigga
handkerchief.
paused. He was like,
No, man.
that brought back a memory, nigga.
Because we had structured gym in elementary school. You know, the big ass parachute thing and bullshit.
Yeah.
But like once every like semester, I guess, or half a year, we would have open free day. Like we could just hoop for an hour.
Yeah.
I'm in the bathroom changing. Me and this nigga named Luke Scarborough, man.
Fuck Luke.
Man, me and Luke got to fight. I got suspended, man, and I was about to bust niggas' ass. I was looking forward to open day in the gym for weeks. Getting dressed to go into gym before I started serving niggas 6th grade layups. I got in a fucking fight. I got in a fight with Luke Scarborough, and I like hit it.
What? How did it start?
I don't even remember. All I remember is he was like bending down to put his shorts on, and I was on some sucker shit. I like pushed that nigga's head into, you know, the stalls. Dude, stalls is like long. You know the long stand-up stalls?
Yeah.
I like pushed that nigga head into the stall. And then from there, it was go time.
Yeah.
So you started it.
No, we was arguing.
Oh.
But probably, I can't even remember.
You're a bully.
I was 11. Damn, man. I've never like that was one I was hurt, man. And but my teacher, Miss Kidd, cause she liked me. You know what I'm saying? Not just like for kids. She. If I was 18, she'd have hollered at me. You know what I'm saying? She still let me go on the. She still let me go on the 6th grade trip. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought it was curtains for me for the 6th grade trip and everything, but she let me earn it. So I ended up going on the 6th grade trip. So we went to the cabins.
I didn't want to go there.
Nigga, I was about to say, did y'all go to Coastside, nigga?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Where did we go? No, we went
Remember
to
Columbus?
we went to
Coastside?
the cabins. We went to I can't remember what it was, man. What's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember.
It's in Ohio?
Yeah.
Like a cabin place?
Yes.
It's not Hocking Hills.
No, not Hocking
not that
Hills.
far.
I do remember it wasn't cabins.
Punderson.
Okay.
Punderson Park.
Yeah.
They got cabins out there.
I remember we used to go to Boston Mill Brandywine.
Oh, yeah, I want to go there to the
Ski resort, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was the week, man. And 29 years ago, too.
Okay.
Since you at least asked that damn question, if I've got spent a fight in school. Man, it's been a minute.
All right. Well, let's see. My
How was your week, man?
Yeah, it wasn't too busy.
How was your week?
Shit, actually it was kind of bad in the sense where because we switched to a whole new like EMR system at the hospital, so it's like everything, like every fucking thing is switching over on March 4th. So we're going through these trainings, and so I sat through a training on Thursday afternoon. Wasn't the best of situations or whatever, but I did. And then I felt the test that you have to pass to get access to the new system. So I actually signed back up for a course on Friday morning. I sat through that thing, and I felt pretty good about it, whatever. And I didn't pass that test again. You got to get like 80% on this test or whatever to get access to the new system. So I didn't pass it again on Friday. So
Damn.
I don't know what the hell is going to happen next week. Starting tomorrow, we'll see. I got to figure out something over the course of this week because this is the last week of this whole operating system. So to be able to do my job, I need to be able to have access to this new thing. But we'll get together. But
If you went to Warrensville,
I would be able to read.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be able to pronounce instrumental. This thing is wild.
Intercontinental.
Enter the dragon. Dragon. What?
pass all my tests for it.
How you get?
You know why? You know why? Because the test wasn't how to say the shit. Test was A, B, C, or D. So I was able to.
Do you remember? Was Mr. Walker there when you was there?
Can't remember.
Probably
not.
Bald head dude. He was the football coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a teacher's aide in my old school. He was a cool dude, man. He was retired, but he just came back to work just because people don't want to sit at the house. He was cool as ever.
I get it.
I'll talk to you about him afterwards. Niggas in the 80s and early 90s, man, was some wild boys, man.
Yeah, y'all was apparently.
I was a kid.
Then
Well, you also was earning trips.
That's for my behavior in class because after I got suspended, I focused up. You know.
okay.
Oh yeah, you gotta focus when you do certain things.
What else we do over the weekend? I auto show on Saturday.
Oh,
You know, I like doing that. I love the auto show.
I ain't been in a couple years, man.
Yeah, auto show was dope yesterday. Me and Carlisha went yesterday.
Oh.
You wind up getting caught up out there. Like you wind up thinking you're only gonna be there for like an hour and a half, something like that. We looked up. It was like going on 3 hours. We was out there and stuff.
Oh fuck.
The auto show is dope.
Can I
I gotta say this real quick too. I had ramen for the first time.
Hey!
But not the ramen y'all want. I didn't have a packet.
You had a little bowl.
I went to a
fancy?
restaurant and had some ramen.
how was
Shit was good.
That shit's fire, nigga. It's fire.
I went to this spot in Pinecrest called Sand Pebbles.
Oh, okay.
And it's a little small
Hold
spot.
up. Man, Pinecrest got 40 restaurants. I'm about to exaggerate. I feel like every
Pinecrest
time I
got the
talk to a
spots.
nigga, they was at Pinecrest and it's a restaurant.
Go like when it gets warm, go to Pinecrest and just hang out between Firebirds, between Pinstripes.
Yeah, I've been
It's
there.
a spot called 56 Kitchen. I think
I haven't
it's
been there.
too. Or Kitchen Social, one of them. It's like scratch chefs doing a lot of different things. At Sand Pebbles, like I said, I did that yesterday. Condado Tacos is up there.
Duck Donuts.
Duck Donuts is up there. They got a Red Steakhouse up
Nigga,
there.
you know what I bought yesterday?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack is
I
up there.
got a question
Hawk.
real quick.
What's that? What's that?
The fuck is Pinecrest?
It's right up.
It's like a legacy village,
Yeah,
but it's like off of
It's
Harvard
it's
and
on Orange.
Richmond.
It's on Orange, basically.
Yeah.
Orange.
Yeah.
So the little.
So you know where
cut across
Hoosier
the-
is? You know where Hoosier Hospital
Well,
is?
no, don't even say Hoosier. It's basically
Remember where Red Lobster and shit was?
Tri-C East.
and Bahama Breeze.
Oh, you talking about
It's right across the street from
by the hotels and stuff.
Yeah, on that
yeah.
same street, Orange Place. Yeah,
It's nice back there. It's nice back there.
We ain't been up there yet. It's been open for at least
Couple years.
Yeah.
at least
4 or
I've been
5.
away. Yeah, about four or five years now. Yeah.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
Because I've been out. I used to work in a doctor's office in there like 3+ years ago, and it was already open. Yeah, so it's about 4 to 5 years it's been open.
Damn.
Yeah, it got a Whole Foods up there. I mean,
Well, everything ain't been up there for 4 to 5 years.
No, not everything.
Okay.
No.
First
but
watch.
the whole facility.
Yeah, the facility been there.
They got
It
the
started
movie
off with
theater
just
up there.
Silver Spot Cinema. That's where it
Silver
started.
Spots, yeah.
That's what niggas was going to mostly when it first came about.
I gotta live then. Shit.
Silver Spot is
I ain't
dope,
never-
but don't nobody go to the movies no more. But if you want to go to the movies, I would go to
I
Silver
am gonna go
Spot.
see Creed 3. I heard.
yeah,
That's
me
getting
too.
Great reviews.
Me too,
But anyway,
me too.
but yeah. But you,
Can
somebody was saying something.
I was about to say something.
the restaurants up there and stuff like that. But yeah,
He said he went to the auto show. The best show at IX Center is the Home and Garden show. Maybe this is old nigga shit. I'm telling you, it's walk-in like the little mini houses and shit up there. It's like they're all these sheds and shit, and they like build. You can like walk in them like double 2-level sheds, nigga. They build. I know this sounds crazy. They build whole gardens, nigga, with the walking path and the grill in the back. You'll be up there with your girl. Man, I'm trying to go to this shit.
Hey,
Hey, you going over there?
this is when I knew my life had transitioned.
When did you know that you were old?
No, hold on.
When did you know you were old?
This is when my life transitioned. It's funny that this nigga would say that shit because I woke up about 6 o'clock in the morning, crossed my leg, was drinking green tea and honey, turned on, and they was at the fucking Home and Garden on Fox 8. I was sitting there like, this
This is interesting. It's so fucking dope, man. Then they got the little
real talk.
look, but then they got in the middle. They got all the dope shit.
These niggas from East Cleveland talking
like-
about Home and Garden.
Like you could go up, they got the little demonstration. So it'll be the nigga with like the seal tight containers for your refrigerator, and he'll like be doing a demonstration every 15 minutes. He'll put the chicken in that bitch, and it go like zoop, and then that bitch is airtight. Then can't nobody open the lid till you click the little button. It be some fire shit.
you know what's another good one out there though? The RV show.
Oh, nigga,
I've been to the
top
RV
of
show
the
out there.
top of the line.
RV show out there. Them shits be.
But listen,
Fire.
you're not thinking Home and Garden.
Fire.
Home and Garden, they have like
you least you're not thinking. Go
no.
ahead.
Listen, because like when we was looking for kitchen, we was doing this shit. We was doing the kitchen shit last year, and then a couple years before that. But they got a whole hot tub display with like 15 hot tubs. You can choose from. You want a hot tub. They got areas where they got whole kitchens built the fuck out. It's just a dope ass, like, I can't even, it's just like, nigga, y'all did this shit in 3 days?
After Dev left, he said, "Don't ask me if I want mayo. It's aioli."
Oh yeah. I don't eat mustard, it's Grey Poupon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not eating from there on out.
Did he roll his tongue when he said that? He said, Great.
There's ice in this glass. This is not filtered. I don't want this. Filtered.
Tuna? I don't eat no damn tuna.
Nigga got highfalutin after that, man.
A wire hanger.
None of that. No.
Oh shit, man.
Oh
None of
man,
that.
no, but it is interesting.
It's interesting shit,
Y'all think
man.
I'm lying? I sat there and woke up and watched Fox 8 at 6:30
Listen,
in the
let me tell you
morning.
what I watch on TV now.
Hold on, what's the black dude on Fox 8? They get,
Wayne Dawson.
Wayne
no,
Dawson. Kenny
not Dawson.
Crumpton.
Oh, Crumpton. Yeah.
he was sitting there interviewing a lady.
He be
And I
all
was
over. He be all over the world.
Bro, I was sitting there looking like, God damn, it's beautiful in this motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
It was beautiful, man.
What that and like Nat Geo, like I'm old, but it's this nigga. It's called 7 Toughest Days. You know what I love about men specific shit and women specific shit? Not the shit they try to like cater to both of us. Y'all shit, it be like, nigga, buy the new house. That'd be the name of the fucking show. Say yes to the dress. Nothing spectacular. It'd be like if our show was just like football talk with 2 niggas. Like that's what they should name it. They just name the shit what it is when women want to watch it. It'd be like, ooh, I want to buy this house. Be the name of the fucking show. Our shit, I'm watching this shit on Nat Geo. It's like 7 Toughest Days. Like that's all it's called, nigga. It ain't shit else to the name of the show. You go on and it's this nigga. They drop him off in the middle of Siberia or the middle of the jungle or the middle of the desert and be like, you got 7 days to get to a checkpoint. Go.
So basically, naked and afraid with one person.
With one nigga, but he gotta like figure out how to eat, how to set up camp, how to sleep. He got 7 days to get over there, and it's just called.
And as much as you watch this,
7 toughest days.
How
I got
well
about
do you feel
15
prepared to survive?
No.
Yeah.
I got about 15 minutes. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the same way y'all ain't gonna never choose between 3 houses that's $560,000 a piece. And then motherfucker like, you know what? I would choose the second one. I knew you would. We just wasted an hour. You know what I'm saying? But we do the same shit with our shit. You never gonna drop me off in the middle of the African jungle. Where this nigga had to build his sleeping shit for the night 25 feet up in a tree. Because it was jungle elephants and snakes and shit on the ground at night that he couldn't sleep on the ground.
Hey, I don't care what nobody says.
I'm just gonna take
on one of
myself
them
out.
Shows.
Take me out.
Listen, if I'm ever on one of them shows, I'm cheating like a motherfucker. Like I'm flirting with one of the people who work
Yeah.
with the camera crew.
Yes.
They got a regular supply of stuff or whatever, and I'm not. Man, I'm about to
Listen,
be good.
people be like, "What are you gonna make it?" If I ever found myself in the middle of Siberia, I'm telling everybody in this room and anybody listening, if I ever found myself in the middle of Siberia with no supplies, God, hey, come calling. It's over for me. That's how my journey ends.
No, you know what's
That's
crazy?
that's how I end.
I feel like-
I died in Dev died in Siberia in the middle of the winter.
I feel like this. No,
I can't make
listen.
it.
I feel like this.
The fuck?
Dev would want God to come calling, and all he did was wander out the hotel, drunk, behind the daggone building where
Nah.
there's beaches,
Uh-uh.
and all he had to do was turn around, and there was like
No.
civilization.
You
But
listen.
he looking out at the fucking desert.
You gotta watch this
like,
show.
This is not it.
You gotta watch this show. I'll fight for my life unless I was out in the middle of the desert and there was nothing around me for 120 miles. It's over. Cause I don't know what a sand snake looks like as opposed to a rock. It's over. I'm going to step on a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
This
With
nigga
them
can
big
pick
ass
up. This nigga like, oh, this berry you can eat. You can get nutrients from. Nigga, I'll be eating the poisonous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like who? This
Hey,
nigga,
your death in the wild be an accident.
I be just sat on the wrong thing. Gone. Nigga.
Hey,
That's all it
then,
showed me.
And then his surviving ass would come like, oh, this healthy big black
If
man.
you chop my leg off, sear my shit, and survive for 3 months. All this shit showed me.
He had a meniscus injury.
You know what I'm saying?
Like he diagnosing your whole body.
He eat that first because it's fresh.
Hey, yeah. Oh, he had to reach his spring. Looks like he fell down the stairs.
And the door was open. It tastes like the door was open at the end of the scene.
Yeah.
I just watching that. I'm a house nigga. I was a house nigga
He
back
had to
in the
reach
day.
the ride in the ambulance.
Y'all wouldn't put
Within
me
the
in the
last
field.
year or so. Yeah.
Y'all put me in the fields. I'm snitching on y'all niggas. They trying to read out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in the house. You hear me? All right, let me stop, man.
Oh my god.
All right, man. Let's get
Speaking of, since we talking shit, fuck the. We'll get to other shit in a second if you don't mind. I got a question for y'all. Let's have a real honest conversation about this. Don't lie.
Don't look at me.
Don't lie. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Okay.
Oh, hell.
If somebody asks you to wash the dishes, what does that mean?
Clean the kitchen.
The entire kitchen. Yeah. So washing the dishes means wiping off the counter and sweeping and mopping.
Yeah, stove, everything.
Oh hell no! See, you know what? We living in the Matrix. don't
What Mackenzie do?
nothing. This is all me. If I will go in there and wash every dish in that sink, that stove is gonna get dealt with another day.
Yeah, all right. By the letter of the statement, yeah, it mean wash the dishes.
It mean wash
But
the dishes.
If I go in my kitchen and I wash the dishes, I'm gonna wipe the stove down too and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna make sure
It
everything.
mean clean the kitchen.
No, it don't.
It do.
Clean
Like,
the kitchen.
Why would you
It
have?
don't mean
Why would you
clean the
have
kitchen.
clean every? Like why would you have?
Can I answer that?
Okay, go ahead.
So you can eat off the dish.
But the thing is, if you clean all the dishes, you're gonna want to use said dishes.
Okay,
That means
let's say you
have
only
to
got
clean
15
up the stove because you want to use.
Okay,
stuff to
question,
make said
question.
thing.
Let's-
So that's what I'm saying. Like
can I
all
say
of it.
something?
Like think about it. Like you washing the dishes, you want to sit at a clean table. Like it just means.
But you don't
clean
eat in the
everything.
kitchen. Okay, I got a question for you. You don't got a whole. This is the thing. Like sometimes, this is not front. Like this never happened to you. Let's say you made something a couple days ago or a day ago. You rinsed it out, but you didn't rinse it all the way out. And it was like, I don't know. You made the cheese sauce or macaroni and cheese. Then you come in the next morning, you like, oh shit, I ain't cleaned that pot out. So I got like 15 minutes. I'm going to knock these dishes out real quick. Because in my brain, if I'm about to clean the kitchen, that means I got to peel me some lemon, get me some lemon skins, put them in the microwave so I can melt the shit, wipe down the microwave. That means I got to clean the kitchen.
But it's levels to cleaning the kitchen, though. I ain't got to go that deep. To me, cleaning the kitchen, if I'm
Yeah,
going to
cut
clean
some
it.
lemons.
Yeah, the lemon.
Yeah,
See, so the skin on the lemon, you put it in water, put it in a cup, put it in the microwave. After about 30 seconds, it'll melt all the shit off the walls of your microwave.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard that. but
I
I'm
just
gonna
do it
try
regular
that
water.
I'ma
I
try
did it
that
with regular
shit.
water. I
Yeah,
didn't
No,
know
but
it was
lemons
regular.
do it quick.
My mother do it
Yeah,
all the
lemons
time.
do it quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the skin, yeah.
Okay. I'm about to play this back.
What about
so I
the
remember
oven?
that.
Oh, the oven is, I mean,
Self-cleaning.
I like, yeah, about 15 years we get a new one. Listen, the extra shit, the cheese that dripped down there 2 years ago, it helps season the food you cook in the oven 2 years later. You know what I'm saying?
That's like going to B&M these days. You know they ain't cleaned the grill since 1983.
Hey, that's the special season. It's a
Hey.
special sauce.
Special sauce.
Polish boy a little dark. You know what I'm saying?
No, you got to clean the oven.
Yeah.
Cleaning the oven to me is not part of cleaning the kitchen. That's special. That's like spring cleaning. Like, that's a twice a year situation.
Now, when I say clean, okay, if I wash dishes,
Because if I wipe, okay.
I can't see myself cleaning the dishes and then it's like mustard stains and ketchup on the counter
No.
and stuff like that. Now, when I say clean the oven, I don't mean
No,
inside.
that's twice a
I'm
year.
just talking about wipe down the top.
But this the thing. This is where I get tricky. If I clean off the stove, like clean it off, that means I got to sweep the floor. If I sweep the floor, that means I got to mop the
Mop 'em
floor.
up. Yeah, I try to do that. I'm gonna say I try twice a
Wednesday?
month to
I
really
can-
do it.
I can
On
wash
Saturday.
dishes on
But it's
Wednesday.
a Saturday though. It's a Saturday.
A
when I do
Saturday
that.
is different.
Yeah,
A Saturday I got 4 hours. I'm about to go to work. I just got off work. I can smell the cheese from the cheese sauce yesterday. I'm about to knock these 12 dishes out real quick. I'm not cleaning up.
Now, I'm not going to lie. There have been times I've been like,
But I got y'all.
Real quick.
but I just, like,
Leah jumped down my throat too and said it mean cleaning the kitchen.
like the sink is right here.
Yeah.
Dispose, the dish.
Yeah.
The counters is right here.
Got to knock it all out.
It's like I gotta spray down bleach and all this other stuff and wipe it down.
It also depends on what I'm cooking too. It's like if I'm doing like a lot of different seasonings and stuff like that. Like
Damn, fuck that shit.
I'm gonna spray the whole
Y'all
counter
some good
down.
niggas.
and stuff like that. Yeah, it depends on what I'm cooking. Yeah, but like a full deep
different levels of
everything
niggas.
oven, everything like that. Yeah, that's a bigger take on. But yeah, I'll wake up on a Saturday and make sure I sweep the whole floor, everything real good, and then mop and really try to really wipe down the stove real good, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. But to me, it's just if I'm washing dishes, I'm putting everything up. We done cooked. I'm loading the dishwasher. I'm washing the stuff by hand. I gotta wash. I'm gonna wipe the stove down.
And that's also another thing too. I'm like,
I can't really go too hard in this conversation because I left my microwave in the living room for about 2-3 days.
yeah,
Okay.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, me neither.
Because if I'm loading the dishwasher, them little leftover dishes gonna have to wait for the next cycle. You know what I'm saying? Something about my psyche.
Hey,
they
listen,
can't
when
make
I
me
had
hit
a
the sink
dishwasher,
water too.
Yes, when I had a dishwasher, I feel you.
I'll be like, y'all gonna wait. You know what I'm saying? Some people I get it.
It's some things I automatically wash by hand. It just don't even put in the dishwasher.
Y'all some good people, man.
Yeah, I hate washing dishes. I mean, I grew up in the era of we didn't have a dishwasher at home, so washing dishes was our thing. Like we had weeks, me and my brothers. So Sunday to Saturday was somebody's week to wash dishes. So I hate washing them, but there's some things right now that's just all right. It was cooked a certain way. I'm gonna wash this by hand. I'm not even gonna put it in the dishwasher, nothing like that. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I gotta like always self clean the rack and the air fryer. That gotta be
Oh, yeah,
clean
something
by
like that.
hand. You know what I'm saying? That gotta
Yeah.
be clean by hand. Just about everything else. You know what I'm saying? Gonna get that run through one time. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, adults in this ghetto. Because I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie,
it
like,
is.
what was it? Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it might have been Wednesday. I said, you know what, E, you been in this place long enough. Like, get your ass up, do what you gotta do. You got your washer and dryer hookup. You got everything that you said you needed to, like, get everything together, whatever, get up. And I literally adulted from, like, 3 to, like, 12 midnight. Like, I was doing laundry. Like, I was doing
Yeah,
everything.
that's a lot.
Like,
That's a lot.
clean my bathroom, my bed, all that. Like, I was getting
consistent.
to it.
Because what happens to me when I try to give
still
like a
ain't
whole
done.
day to clean is that I get distracted. Well, not now. It's just people that live there with me now. We were Carlisha in the mirror there now. But it's just like I get distracted. So it's like I'm the person that, all right, I'm in this room working. I might go walk in that room to go put something up. But then I see something in this room that got
And
to
then
be
do it,
addressed.
yeah.
And so I
So,
start
yeah,
in this
so-
room. And then I go into another room. And so it just, it don't work.
It be
for me.
all over.
I got to pretty much focus and say, all right, I'm going to do the bedroom or whatever this is now and do everything there. Because if I start walking the rooms, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
No, listen, that's how I started. I started with my bathroom. I was doing my bathroom, took everything out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I said, okay, let me separate all my laundry or whatever. Like, I get exactly what you're talking about. Like, for real. But I know that once I do get everything in its place and fully unpack and fully furnish and everything like that and get everything, like, together, once it's together, I know I'm going to keep it that way.
Yeah.
It's just getting to that point.
Okay.
If you say so.
All right. Well, look. Bottom line is, see, I'm a person too that I don't have a problem with my dishes sitting overnight. How are y'all with that? I can let some dishes sit overnight. I can run my sink and let them
Overnight,
shits
nigga.
breathe overnight.
I can let my
listen.
dishes pay rent. Overnight.
I'm just saying, like I ain't got. I can
It's
I can go to bed.
disturbing as a
There are some
female.
people that don't.
What
There
I
are some
can
people that
do.
don't have like they don't like going to bed with a dirty kitchen.
Yeah.
My shits can sit in that sink overnight if I ain't in the mood.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a lot of things.
My
Like,
brother's like that, but I can't.
I got 2 floors, so that first floor be catching hell. Like I'm telling you, I can show you a picture right now on my phone. I was like, this shit I be talking about. I came in from work, and the groceries and everything that I bought that was not like perishable. I took my time.
They were still out.
Oh no,
Everything that
that's
was
wild. No, that's wild.
Listen, everything that was not perishable was like legit sitting in my living room floor.
Oh no, that's
Because
wild.
I can't
No, you
drive-
that's you and the
I can't drive to my door, so once I carry it,
That's wild.
once I carry it from the parking lot into my house, it's right by the door. Like it's a freaking knife set, like all types of things that I bought from my house, whatever. It's just right at my door. Like when I had
When
carried
you
the
get home, put that
microwave,
shit in the kitchen.
it was in the living room for a minute. I'm telling you, I had to lean over the paper bags that Johnny will give you to use my microwave because I had bought
You wanna put the
groceries
stuff
and did
up?
not feel like putting the paper bags away. Like I'm telling you, I'm not good at adulting.
Well, you live by yourself. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. That's the truth. You can do that when you live by yourself.
You you shouldn't know, but you know what I'm saying. But you know,
Trust me, I know a lot of things that I should not be okay with that I'm okay with.
I mean, look, I was lazy when I lived by myself. I mean, there were things
But that's what
I
I said.
know I did.
When I get everything in order, it stay that way. I'm just not there yet. By your birthday,
by your
put me in this shit. I ain't got nothing to do with
that's a
this
good goal.
shit.
That's a good goal.
By my birthday. Dude, what I got going on? What
We
I
gonna
gotta
celebrate together.
do? Oh.
It's gonna be your birthday,
And her cleanup or her probably put her cereal in the kitchen day.
you bought a mop.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't understand, like the motivation.
See, Corlisha, she's in the feed right now. Talking about she can't. Yeah, she's the opposite of me. Like I said, I'm gonna let my dishes breathe. If I ain't in the mood, they can breathe overnight. They can soak and breathe. I mean, get acquainted with each other.
I mean, my kitchen clean now, but I also haven't cooked
she's
in
the
a minute.
opposite. She want to wash them dishes up. So.
I forgot to eat today. We talked about it on the way up.
Yeah, you was
So
talking
like,
about that.
yeah, it's clean as fuck right now. So I forgot to eat.
Well, you forgot to eat because you couldn't get to the kitchen because all the baths was in the goddamn way.
You right.
All right.
But you know what's, I mean, you probably, I'm sure it's not this bad, but it was, I don't want to get into it. I've met people before and gone over their crib, and the state of their crib was a deterrent.
For everything.
Like,
No,
ma'am,
listen,
like,
don't-
ma'am, you knew I was coming to you.
No, that's the thing.
I don't
want
want to sit on your
not
couch.
let nobody
Don't even
pop up
ask
on
me to
Listen.
eat or drink something.
Yeah.
Listen.
I said, like, the couch, it's been some wild.
No, I legit told somebody they couldn't come over because my house was not presentable, and it was nothing that, like, my presentable was the fact that I have my TV boxes for my 2 TVs still sitting in the corner that I haven't
Yeah.
broke down and threw out. So I don't even like, you know what
I
I'm
can
saying?
live with
And
that.
people come over like, why are you being one of them? Like, it's cool, it's fine, like it ain't. And I'm not like nasty where I have like food containers and like no, I'm not that. It's
And
just
it
that I have
stinks.
not fully unpacked and got rid of the
I'm about to get too
trash
deep.
for like, you know what I'm saying,
No.
like just the different stuff that I put in my house or whatever, like the TV boxes.
If it's a nigga, if it's a nigga, it matters. Cause why you ain't fully unpacked your baggage in life, huh? Yeah, no. This is just a representation of what you about to try to put me through. who the nigga who represents the box in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
And you ain't unpacked your bags because you ain't unpacked
That's your life.
Yes.
Hey,
Well,
that's sick. That's sick and ironic because I have not found a way. No, for real, damn. You really reading me right now because I have not found a way to take Mac's teddy bear out of my car.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, he passed away. Like I still have the teddy bear that he gave me in my car. I have not found a way to get it out of my car yet.
That's Niggas be joking, but we don't be joking.
I don't know.
I mean, I gotta say hanging on to that, but you could put it in your house now that you've been there.
His teddy bear that he gave me, and my best friend who passed away, like the bear I had got for her, both of them is in my car. I don't know how to get them out of my car because I feel like that's the reason why like all my travel's been saved. So, I don't know. I just like I attach things like that together, like. So it's like taking them out, mean they can't ride with me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird. It's weird. And my niece, when I pick her up or whatever from daycare, she always looking for the bear. You know what I'm saying? And they looking. So it's weird. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and it's so crazy because like I got up and I did all that laundry and got everything together, or whatever. Because I'm like, it's almost like me putting my house together is a form of praise and worship and a gratitude that like I have what I have. Like I'm so it's like it's triggering like almost PTSD because like I'm so used to like not having things for a long time that I'm scared to unpack because I'm gonna have to pack it up again in my head. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So
You know
now
what's
it's like
crazy?
no, break the cycle. Stop thinking like that. Like you're gonna be here, get comfortable, motherfucker. I legit did my uniforms. Fold them up or whatever, and finally put them in my closet.
That makes sense. I get that.
It's
but, like,
crazy
for
to
real.
see. A lot of times I'll experience shit, I'll see shit other people experience, and it'd be like, it'd be confirming all the shit my pops used to talk about, man. But he used to always be like your surroundings represent what's going on in your head. If you ever took a snapshot of what was going on around you, or how it looked around you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's usually a mess when your thoughts is a mess. And then you go ahead and you kind of calm down, get your shit together, and you'll clean up your area around you. You know what I'm saying?
My cousin, she was a firm believer that your room represents your life.
Your house.
Yeah,
Your
for
house,
sure.
yeah.
I remember there was a point in my life some years back where I was going through something. I remember just being like, you know what? I need to clean my place up because I just remember being like, how am I expecting my life to be a certain way, but my house is cluttered? Like if I'm walking around my house and it's clothes on the floor, or I ain't put these groceries away or something like that, it was like my space was cluttered. So if my space was cluttered, the place I go to and the space I spend the most time in, and throughout a day, if that's cluttered, if I'm always trying to navigate shit in my own house, how do I expect my own life to not be reflective of that?
Yeah.
When that's something I absolutely control. So I get that 100%.
I'm telling you, like, I legit make it my business that before I leave my house, I have to make my bed.
Yeah, I
if
can't
there's
do that.
nothing else, I have to make my bed. Every day has to be
I hate
crazy.
making beds.
I have to make my bed because at the end of the
It's even
day,
crazy
when
'cause-
you come back, even if you just wash your ass and go to sleep, you get into a made
a fresh
bed.
start.
But I feel you, but then like your potato chips is on the floor, so miss me. Nigga gonna try to bed shame niggas, and yo Crafton Crunch on the goddamn by the heater.
Crumpton?
Yeah, he didn't say Crumpton. He didn't say Crumpton.
No, it's
I'm
the
trying to keep
middle.
going. I'm trying to keep going. She caught my shit.
Hey. Like Chris Brown.
Hey, but no, you right though.
Oh, she caught my
No,
shit.
but I mean, like, for
I know
real.
what you. I'm fucking with you.
No,
man.
I
I'm
mean,
fucking
I feel you though. I feel you though. Like for real, like just me getting out of that mentality. Cause like, come on now, let's be. Can we be honest?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we be honest? Can we talk about it? We go. Okay. I have had my life in shambles since I met y'all. So the fact that I can now get things organized and like be a real, true, effective, productive adult, like that shit read. Like for me, sure, I can't wait to have y'all over for dinner. For real. But I'm not rushing either. I'm pacing myself.
Are you purchasing the food?
For sure.
Okay.
No, like for real, I ain't gonna lie.
I know. I'm
When I
just
have
saying,
y'all over, I
know
want to
you ain't cooking
host
it.
comfortably. Like I want to be able to have y'all over, you know, food, drink, and like have a great time. I got a 65-inch mounted TV. Like,
At least we all got big TV.
Don't turn.
I know, right?
Don't turn it. Hey.
I'm late to the party.
You said you got what's the size?
65.
Okay, where you stay at?
I ain't gonna say that on live, but
Bitch may come up missing.
Yo, hey,
No, I'm joking.
give me your exact coordinates. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot they from East Cleveland. Like
Still East Cleveland.
East 1919.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Nah, but you know,
Until you
it
ain't
just,
joking.
Right. Hey, nigga sitting here like.
It's so weird. I was proud of my first bathroom
Don't
picture.
forget to put your toolkit in your car that day, huh? You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Why you got that? Don't worry about it.
Dev keeper distracted.
You know what I'm saying? Tim the 2-man playboy, man.
I don't know what happened. No, I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
All right, so we
Fucking hate y'all.
we
I got a ponytail.
We 50 minutes in. Let's start the podcast.
I know, right?
But I mean, this probably be the one we run to. I mean,
It's just the
let's
Michael
get some
B.
other
Jordan
shit.
stuff.
Yeah,
I'm off
yeah.
tomorrow. I don't care.
I just thought it was funny, but go ahead. You
So
can
let's
set
pull it up. Let's pull this up. So let's brainstorm. You can set the scene like you set the scene earlier when we.
Yeah. All right, so
Let me
there
make
was
sure it's paused.
the,
It's gonna start- okay.
so they were on Michael B. Jordan was on the red carpet recently for Creed 3 is coming out I think this week, March 3rd or something like that, or Friday. And so he was being interviewed by L'Oreal. So she's on, like you said, she's on the radio show here in the syndicated show, the Morning Hustle. But she's also on the podcast with Angela Yee. I'm guessing they still do it.
Yeah. Something talk.
Lip service.
Lip service.
So she's on there too. But
You can say something talk. I don't know.
so there's a. So there was this issue where they were talking. I'm guessing it wasn't on the pod or on the radio.
It was on the radio.
Okay.
And her co-host said that Michael B. Jordan was corny. Okay. Said Michael B. Jordan was corny. But then L'Oreal was like, "Oh yeah, we went to high school together, and yeah, we used to laugh at him all the time because his name was Michael Jordan. And he ain't no Michael Jordan, and we in the hood. We was in Newark, and he used to bring headshots to school, and we used to make fun of him. So basically, the girl did call him corny, but L'Oreal went back to the thing that probably done
felt
stuck
like
with
she
him
was
for his whole
co-signing.
life. Yeah. So now she's on the red carpet with the Morning Hustle, interviewing him, leading for the premiere of Creed 3.
B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No.
Can we get pause this? Listen, he been locked and loaded for that
For years.
He been waiting.
for years.
I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you
That nigga said no.
No, I heard it.
did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously
Nigga, that last year is wild, man.
killing things out here. So, Shell, we got
So,
Michael B.
one more time.
Jordan,
Just look at
the
his face. I wish I
director
could zoom in on his
and the
face.
star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name, but yeah, he is.
And look, and she had to start talking to the camera because she looked back, she getting served. She was avoiding. After he said corny kid, she could no longer keep eye contact with that
couldn't.
shit. She couldn't.
Ooh,
She couldn't.
wee.
And she tried to play it off like, oh, I didn't say technically, but baby, you let it be said about me.
Yeah, and
Like-
you just
And on top of that-
you co-signed it heavy. You co-signed the Maybach Benz on that corny kid.
You
shit,
was a
nigga.
part of the group that was fucking with him in high school.
And that's what stuck with him. Whether y'all called him corny or not, they said nigga was bringing headshots, all different kind of shit. Matter of fact, why we?
He sounds like to me. I mean, as you looking at something, he's what he sounds like to me is a person that was. We talk about manifesting stuff in people's lives, stuff like that. He's not the dude that was in high school that was like, yeah, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna do this, and everybody talks about somebody. You ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that, whatever. And then 10 years later, the nigga is actually doing that shit. You look like, man, when I was in high school, I went to school with this nigga. He actually said he was gonna be doing this, and now the nigga's actually doing it.
Yep.
So with this, the audio, you gonna play it?
Let's see. I don't know where
it's probably already playing. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it from here.
Was no Michael Jordan. And then he also would come to school with headshot. And back then, that was like in the hood. We lived in Newark.
Yeah.
Like that's the hood. You know what I mean? So we would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
Now look at him. He got that Black Panther money.
Well, yeah, I didn't exactly.
You know what I really think deep down inside? I think that Michael B. Jordan is just like a nice, corny guy. And I don't mean that as a slight, right? I mean, we all.
And that's the part that's crazy. Because the girl.
It's an ass backwards compliment. Like, I don't mean that as. No, you said what you said, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they call a backhand compliment.
Backhand compliment.
Yeah.
You don't mean it as a slight. Well, if you don't mean it as a slight, that's like, well, he's not ugly. Then you could have called him handsome. If you didn't mean that he, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you even address the negative of somebody?
She actually meant the corny part.
That's what I'm saying.
It goes to the Russell Wilson-ish type of stuff of life right now, where it's like, oh yeah, he's not this, he's not that, he's this, he's that, or whatever. But the bottom line is, no matter what, there's a large section of women that will prefer the opposite of that Russell Wilson type of dude or whatever. Oh, he's nice. He's a nice guy, this and that, whatever. But for whatever reason, y'all just don't like him. But what did I say before the show? Like, there was probably a point, because you was making the point that maybe about the 26, 28 age or whatever, it's like you see this cycle of women that they start making those statements like that, where somebody was corny or something like that. And I'm like, well, maybe at that point, because they say that women mature faster than men, that's the point where they're looking at something and saying, okay, this is the guy I'm looking for. But then the guys who have that mentality of what you're looking for is probably the guy that you used to call corny, the guy that you used to make fun of or whatever. And now he actually is doing that shit that we used to make fun of it about. And the nigga ain't forgot that shit.
We like as if you
no, listen,
same
listen,
nigga as Michael B. Jordan.
This is all I'm talking about, because I ain't getting this before the pod started. We from East Cleveland in the 90s was as bad as any neighborhood on planet Earth. It didn't get any worse. It could be as worse. But East Cleveland in the 90s was fucking snowfall, every NWA video, whatever the fuck you wanted to say it was back in the day. Growing up in that and not being a part of it, not being a nigga who was selling dope, not being a nigga who was claiming the set and all that shit, there was a part of your experience where them niggas was glorified. Like, it's not glorified now because we like nicer people or whatever. You know what I mean?
What was the type that was exactly glorified?
Them niggas.
The other dude.
The street niggas.
Okay.
Yeah.
The niggas who was cutting school to go buy the Jordans. The niggas who was pulling up in 5.0s to pick up the young chicks from school. Like, while niggas weren't necessarily corny, there was a level of like,
you weren't looked at the same.
you wasn't looked at the same, man. Like, there was a cool nigga that hooped and played football. You didn't get no motherfucking cachet for that shit in EC in the 90s.
Yeah, Titan said them thugs was glorified.
Nigga, that shit was on a different level, and you feel that shit, and we are living examples of it. You go back to different little spots around the hood, different reunions, and people like, hey, no, nigga, don't hey me. I don't need no extra E's in your hey or no extra Y's on the end when you see me. Nuh-uh. Because back then, you was too worried about getting picked up by the niggas who, you know, had that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was as cut and dry, as inclusive as it is now. It was as cut and dry on the other end of it when we was in school. And like, it was so crazy. Like, you only a few years younger than us. It was I saw the switch by the time I graduated from high school. From college in 2005. We went to a Shaw game, and it was a gay nigga that was a cheerleader. I said, the world has changed in 5 years. I don't know what grade you was in 2005.
I graduated.
But at that point, the world was different. Because that nigga, could you imagine a dude cheerleader in 1998?
Yeah, it would have been different.
It didn't exist 7 years earlier. So like, we got to a point where nigga, the mid 90s in East Cleveland was a motherfucker. And if you wasn't selling no dope, If you weren't running around with a gun or two, like it was almost like, nigga, what the fuck wrong with you?
This is the argument I have always had in my head for the past 20 plus years. It's always a situation where the niggas that's doing 15, 20-year bids is the ones that looked at as real niggas, and the ones that's sitting back taking care of business, having a family, doing what they're doing, taking care of their kids, all this other stuff, look like it's being corny. I don't get it.
Then when they see you when you're 32, it's like, hey, Leah make a joke to this day. I seen this chick I went to school with in Walmart. And you know the hey has the shit on the radio? We can't listen to the radio. And if she in one of the things, she gonna put that shit in there right now. Cause something that happened it was this Instagram video where this chick, he had held the door for this chick, and dude was with his girl. Someone was coming out, he held the door for her, and the girl was like, thank you. And the girl looked her up and down and him up and down. And every time he did something for her, his girlfriend going forward, she'll be funny, like, thank you. Trying to be like the girl, you know what I'm saying? Like that bit. We was in Walmart and I saw some chicken out like the deodorant aisle. Wasn't even nowhere crazy. And she was like, hey, Dev. And Leah was like, what the fuck? I said, listen, I went to school with her. That got shit to do with me. This had to be 7, 8, 9.
So it was hey Dad from there on.
You know you can change the episode. Hey Dad with 3 Y's. With 3 Y's.
She
extra E.
She don't let me live it down to this day, but that should be happening all over the place, man.
Hey, what's the name said it best? And I was getting ready to say it, but I didn't say it. Titan said it in the feed. Like Mike Jones said, nigga, back then hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me.
That's it.
Nigga, that's how I go. And I ain't trying to disrespect. But it's just, that's real. I remember, back in high school, I was cool. I was in the middle somewhere. I never was like a popular guy. And they deemed corny. I was like, I was cool with everybody. So I ain't hating on my niggas that's from the streets. Because I know my niggas from the streets. But the reality is, at the end of the day, that shit gets glorified.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you
It got
want.
glorified when we was in school.
In our space, yeah.
It got glorified.
Like, if you was this person, if you had the Burgundy 442, the Cuddy, the cut ball back in the day, if you had the
Tommy Hilfiger puffy coat,
you had the,
with the fresh Jordan 11s.
Right. And that ain't hating on niggas that's getting money. But a nigga like just simple, just got a plain, white button up and, some nice Eastlands on. You know what I'm saying? Cool.
Some Wallabies.
Nigga.
Oh. Wallabies no.
But no, because back then it was real black and white. You 100% right.
Yeah.
It was like niggas wasn't corny, but you was either one of them niggas
or you wasn't.
Yeah. And so,
it was definitely factions back in the day.
Yeah, you felt it. You felt
was
it.
the sports people, or you
factions,
was,
that version.
And you know what's so crazy? To be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it 100. Can I go a step further?
Go ahead.
I mean, it's simple, but I'm gonna take it a step further. It's still people that I know, my age group, that still glorify these
that dumb shit
to this day.
You know what I always thought was weird?
Now, I don't know
I agree.
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. Now, I don't know their personal relationship with these people. They may have something else separate that may make them love these people. But the majority of people you see get glorified, nigga, even in my 40s, you still got people looking at them like, they see a nigga like somebody like us in a sense that's just 9 to 5, family, take care of their kids, do what they're supposed to do. Oh, hey, he was, he this and that. That's just how the shit go.
Listen, I know motherfuckers that like legit was a glorified back in the 90s and 2000s that still, move as if they still that nigga now. And it's so weird because like, motherfuckers who think like they still should be
it's still
like,
that nigga.
Entitlement, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they still can be like that nigga that like still do the same shit. So
like nigga, I call the police on you.
They're still the popular people. They're still the popular people.
Listen, it's like you hit pause.
Excuse me, there's a hellion dealing with. Can I?
Like, dude, do you have a tall T on? Like, what the fuck? Like, are you sitting up here telling me about
take that nigga
accolades in a fucking G unit beater? Like, like what?
Yeah, it's different, man.
Yeah,
I mean that energy, especially people, because like the way she said it, like he wasn't doing shit. The nigga wanted to be an actor. He is arguably one of the biggest actors in the world right now, and he didn't name him
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, and he
I'm like from Shaw. Like,
no, and he didn't name himself.
Yeah.
So he's getting blamed for He's getting pretty much made fun of a bully. Nowadays it's called bullying. Back then it was just niggas was ranking on you or roasting you for a name he didn't choose and for having ambitions.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people like when you boil it all down. That's all it was. Yeah. People be like, "What's going on, nigga?" I don't think people get it. The '90s was a wild. That whole
dude, you got bullied for things you had no control over.
No control over.
Like think about it.
Or if you did have control, you a weird. You could hoop and play ball or something. Niggas like, oh, this nigga, man, you gonna go to college, nigga? Yes, nigga.
Can I say the other
the
side?
What kind of question is that?
Is bringing headshots to school though a little extra?
But we don't know what he was bringing it for. Maybe he brought it for something. Maybe he was trying to be in a play.
I'm trying to think. Was he a child?
He probably trying to be in a
I
play.
can't remember. Was he a child actor?
He was on.
And I'm pretty sure
he was on the wire.
He was on the wire.
He probably brought him. No, he probably brought him to talk to his teachers about him. Not
Yeah.
even for y'all. He probably
Or school plays.
Or maybe he thought
probably
he thought it might make him more cool if y'all was talking about him.
Or maybe the nigga got his headshots and he was happy because
like cause nobody was probably doing headshots.
Wire.
Think about it. I never forget. I am still to this day pissed. I never did senior pictures. I never got a letterman's jacket, even though I earned letters in sports. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just so many things in high school. Like I never did my send off pictures or photo shoots or like senior. I never did a lot of shit. So maybe because he was like, hey, you know, we in the hood, but goddamn it, I got headshots. Like, we can actually, like, you know what I'm saying, be some shit. Like, we can actually do some shit. Like, we have talent here. Like, it's enough for us to really, like, be about our shit. Like, and I'm going to be the first person to show you, hey, this is a way to, you know what I'm saying, get yourself out there, this and that, etc. But, like, when you talk certain shit to people who not ready for that conversation mentally.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing, man. You are...
I never forget, one of my friends, real quick, she had fucking all white, full fur boots. We had never seen this shit in 05. Never. Full, like, they look like two poodles. We just call it, oh, you wear your poodles today? Now motherfuckers spend bands for the shit. She was so fashionably ahead of our time that we was making fun of stuff that we wear now. Like my one friend from the childhood, like, she was wearing wigs because she had pulled out her hair being stressed and shit like that. So she was wearing wigs. Nigga, we wear wigs now. So like the shit that we was making fun of her now, we do that shit. It's so crazy how life turned to the shit that you was making fun of or look down on is the shit that you kind of doing now, and you spending way more money than motherfuckers who was like, you know what I'm saying, on that shit, been on that shit.
It's just like subliminal messages, man. Conditioned in the hood to think that when you live a certain way, that this is what represents the cream of the crop. But if you this, then you just... I think you corny for calling somebody else corny.
Yeah.
Like, especially even now. Like, to even bring that shit up the way they did on the show, on that interview. Like,
that's
corny
as fuck.
I wonder how it came up.
Because she was talking, they was talking about, probably about, you know, the shit he was going through with the one girl.
Stuff, yeah.
Oh, no, she put something up on the Shade Room about how she's like, I stand by my words. This nigga he be dating white girls.
So what?
I'm guessing maybe
like, I bet you pop out with another white girl after that Lori Harvey stunt they tried to pull for his image. Yeah, I'm like, man, y'all niggas is corny. But y'all the shit. But let me stop. I ain't gonna do that.
They talk so much shit because they can't stomach. They can't fathom being wrong about some shit that they feel so confident talking about. Like that's a sick part. That's a sick part. Yeah, like you really, with all your energy, effort, and just like your whole frequency, like it's fucked up that you would want something less than for somebody who you don't even know nothing about. Just to feel some type of way, just to feel validated and how you think somebody should be living their life. That is crazy as fuck.
Or like I said, or being conditioned mentally to think that because a person is not what you deem to be, you know, popular, then you look at him like he corny.
Yeah.
Like that shit is.
That's what she put up. You said
so this the so the one that actually said it, the corny part. Okay, yeah.
Any black man that dates white women is corny to me. I guess that PR relationship with Lori helped y'all forget, but I didn't.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know what that reads to me?
She gonna ruin her own career.
You know what that reads to me? That reads to me when let's just say Julie puts up a picture or whatever, and let's just say people be in the comments posting about, well, she ain't this and she ain't that or whatever, and then people come to the defense and be like, all right, she went after y'all anyway. That's what that reads to me. A lady that the nigga wasn't checking for, no way.
Ooh.
that's got an opinion because y'all read the fuck out of us when dudes be on Twitter talking about how a woman ain't this and she don't look like this and y'all be like, well, she ain't want y'all. I was just watching
a video about that today.
So that's the same thing. That's what that reads as to me.
Can we please get into the
other part of it?
Yeah, please. Can we get to that?
That Dev want to transition to the other part of it because it does connect.
It connects perfectly.
It does, and because I want to say something about that. Once y'all say something, because like y'all said y'all thing before.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting for y'all to get it out because I want to say something.
Go ahead.
No, I can't.
It's up right now.
I can't say what I have to say because it won't make sense. I want you to say what you said about the.
How it connected?
Yeah. It's the same shit with the Michael B. Jordan shit. I cut off the picture, as you can probably see. There's titties up here. If you can't tell, that's the stomach. Those are the bottom of breasts.
I show.
So we cut that off, so we didn't, put nobody out there. But it just says I'm too fine to be so alone. They have this thing nowadays. It is annoying and corny for the most part, where they've labeled it the manosphere thing. All it is just men having a conversation. And I can also get it because we live in a patriarchal society. Really, they get tired of hearing men talk, and I get it. But the same way women have kind of put their force out here, like they're strong enough to do whatever they feel like they need to do, men have become a lot more vulnerable and open to talking in recent times as well. Hence the fact that street motherfuckers on here to come and talk every goddamn Sunday. You know what I'm saying? With one woman. You know what I'm saying? That's just not some shit. You want to talk about shit that didn't happen in the 90s. Niggas want to sit around talking about how they felt about shit. And so you have a lot of niggas that talk about shit. And every couple of years, these debates keep sparking up and they get real heavy because I think, the new crop of people they get older. Mm-hmm. And they start realizing that their past choices are affecting their present and is going to have a detriment on their future. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to, it's just, it's like, at times, a young lady may ask what men want, what men think, and then we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. Because if we tell the truth, it's just going to get ripped to shreds. And if we don't say nothing, then we never communicate. But the fact of the matter is, if you spent the first 10 years of your adulthood popping that pussy on a handstand and then selling pictures of it on the fans of Only, I don't know what to tell you, because I joked about the other way. I think I kept saying 401k. Niggas with 401ks, it's going to be like, thank you, but no thank you. I'm okay. It just doesn't happen that often. Everybody I know knows somebody who it happened to one time. Well, good for them. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, that's not what niggas who give a fuck about shit in general. It's just not going. So it's like every couple of years, these women, they be beautiful women. They got their body enhanced and done, and they get their face beat to the gods and all that shit. Then they'll sit around in Miami and Dubai and LA and taking pictures, and then next thing you know, at 8:43 in the morning on a random day, they just tweet out, "I'm too fine to be so alone." What you want me to tell you? Niggas been trying to tell y'all for the past 4-5 years on this fake ass manosphere. They didn't. It's just guys telling you the truth. But for so long, niggas been lying to try to get some ass. Now I don't think they believe it when we say it, because they think. I think women in general still think that men are driven by like sex. It's a weird dynamic. Like, you at least can probably attest to it more than any of us from being around us for almost 3 years. Men aren't inherently just trying to fuck women all the time. It's just not how we wired. But they have somehow tried to. No, they somehow tried to like convince the world that we just be out here trying to fuck every woman, no matter where we go, no matter what the scenario is. We don't have the ability to function normally.
They try to tell you that every man.
Every man, like men, all men, adults. No, we can't also do the things we do in the world and be trying to fuck everybody. We just don't do that.
Right.
It's just not what happens. And so like they'll get in these fields and they'll, and there's nothing wrong. I'm not shaming sex workers or, you can strip, you can do whatever you like to do. Do what you want to do. I'm just letting you know it's going to be harder to just procure a nigga. Okay? It's going to be harder. to keep a nigga. It's not gonna be that easy. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to make it sound pretty.
Yeah. The first thought I had on this was just the part of things where it's just like I said, where it's you get older to a certain point, and like I said just a little bit ago, where it's like there's a point in time when there was guys who talked to you at a certain point or attempted to talk to you at a certain point, and I forgot you had a point, so I'm gonna throw it to you in a second, but it's just that they attempted to talk to you at a certain point, and it didn't mean anything to you because at a certain point in your life, as you should have been in a sense, you were living your life. Like I say all the time, I'm on record on the show as saying, Lori Harvey, live your life. Date who you want to date. So at a certain point in your 20s, you were doing your thing the same way guys were doing too. But again, like I just said a little bit ago, I think, as they say, women mature faster than men. So women may get to that point earlier than men do that we want to slow down, we want to do this, we want to do that. And when they get to that point, then it's like, all right, I need to find somebody with a different mentality. But then again, the guys that have that point at the age that this young lady probably is right now or whatever, the guys that have that mentality, you ain't had no issue. You already been shit on them.
Yeah.
You already done told them in high school.
But
they was already Michael B. Jordan at some point, and you ain't had no energy for them. You ain't had no time, no space, no nothing for them. So now in their mind, they're like,
I'm cool.
Whatever. And there's a second part to this, and this may get me in a little bit of trouble, but it's just the other part to this. I also think that a lot of good dudes go through a space at some point earlier in their life where it's like, oh, I remember when you told me that, the same energy he had, he don't want that shit to do. So he gonna entertain you,
and then get rid of you.
Yep.
This is another part of it. I know you got something to say, Elise, real quick.
She patiently waiting too.
This might not be real quick. This is, I'm always tied into something. I saw this thing on Twitter the other day, and they was talking about what do you wish was taught. I think I talked about this on the pod. They said, what do you think was taught to us? What do you wish was taught to us earlier on in school? And I'm like, female, male and female interactions. I wish that was a class we got to learn. Like men learn about women, stuff. Women learn about men. You know what I mean? Because I have daughters, and just women in general need to. I wish men got to learn a lot. We learn a lot from women. I wouldn't be what I am, one without my mother, but then without Leah. Women, we admit all the time. It's a sayings. You know what I mean? Women make men better. We're trying to do the same with women, but they got to listen to us.
Yep.
Got to listen to us.
That's a great point.
The thing is, ladies have to understand this as a fact. Like he was saying, there's these guys or whatever, you get to 28, now they don't want you. The other major factor is, while we are living and doing our thing in our 20s as men, unfortunately, women, we have a little bit more leeway to do that. Because by the time you hit 28 to 30, the way this system is set up, there's less of us. We get killed more. We go to prison more. We date out of our race more. There's going to be less of us by the time you hit that homosexuality. You hit that bridge at 28 to 30. 70% of the niggas is gone. Married, gay, in jail, dead, dating white women, Asian women. They're gone. So while we was both at the same playing field at 18, we can play for a little bit longer. The society has said women mature quick. No, a nigga with a job in a 401k is like finding $100 bill under a goddamn couch. Just a single nigga with a job in his early 30s 401k, man, you find one.
It's jackpot.
You better hold on to him. A woman, professional 401k in her early 30s, nigga, close your eyes and throw some rice out, and I bet you gonna hit one. They're everywhere. And that's what they don't want. It's the reality that's not being like talked about. And we gotta like prep, especially our black people, to keep our people flourishing. Like we gotta turn the clock, gotta start a little sooner. Cause you're gonna hit 28, you're gonna have the perfect body, you're gonna be beautiful. You're gonna be good with or without makeup. You may only have one kid or no kids, hell of a job, good money, nice car, everything, your own spot. It's just not enough niggas. And I don't know what to tell you.
So you might want to cut your thing a little bit short.
You got to cut that I don't give a fuck shit to maybe 2 to 3 years post-college. 23, 24, maybe 25, cut that shit. Yes, it's unfair. Niggas gonna be playing today 32, 33, 34. It's unfair. But also, we was trying to fuck y'all like crazy when we was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and y'all had the power. So it was unfair then on y'all behalf. But by the time you hit 25, the pendulum swings to us. And motherfuckers don't be ready for it, and then they be sitting there 28, a 9 on the Richter scale as far as being a bad motherfucker and can't find a nigga.
I mean, then on top,
I don't know what to tell you.
And then on top of that, I'm gonna keep mine simple. A few words. Like I said, I don't know exactly where that came from, but I'm too fine to be so alone. To me, that screams arrogance. Number one.
Whew.
And then,
virtual.
And then number two. Listen, I'll be 40. God willing, I'll be 43 years old in November 20th. Baby, I don't care about what the fuck you look like. If your attitude and your swag and how you treat me as a man ain't 100, I could give less than a fuck if your ass is fat, your tit. None of that shit matters when you don't have the proper attitude or don't have that type of arrogance. Who gives a fuck what you look like? The fuck out of here. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how you shaped.
We got to make sure we don't. No. I'm not cutting you off.
No. I'm gonna let it go. But that to me, I don't care what you look like. If you don't treat me right as a man, none of that shit matters to me. And that's real talk. I'm going on 43. I don't give a fuck. So what if you fine and your hair popped and all this other shit? I don't give a fuck. If you treat me like shit, then you uglier than what you look like.
Yeah.
Like, period. Your attitude fucked up. Yeah, you ugly to me. The looks mean nothing to me. Period.
All right, we saw you, Lisa.
And that's on some grown man shit. It's on you.
Let's give you Lisa the floor. I'm see she doing the hair thing.
I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know I left something in the car. No.
I'll be back about.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Next Sunday.
Everybody who everybody who catch your attention is not a true representation of the community. Unfortunately, this is not a good example of the community. But as a woman, I've been that type of female for a man. And you can never, ever, ever be the right person for the wrong situation. It don't matter how good you are, no matter what you do. If you just not that person for them, you just not that person for them. Period. And that's one thing that both sexes got to understand and accept. Because it's a vicious cycle of people who are more than enough, but trying to fire hose somebody who ain't even on their shit. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to the dynamics of men and women, I absolutely love the idea and concept of having that male-female interaction as being a class, because there's a lot of things that we don't understand as women from men and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And to be quite honest, when we talk about like the dynamics of a man and a woman, you got to realize y'all kind of put out there what you want a woman to be indirectly based on what we see that's being cuffed up, being married, being held down, this and this and that, whatever. So it's like, if I see that this is the type of female that's getting what I want, I'm going to model myself behind that behavior because that's what I want. Go ahead.
You got two niggas that's practically married in here. What are you talking about? Niggas don't never. That's the problem. It's the opposite. We never marry. The stripper, we don't marry them.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said what we cuff up and marry is what y'all model yourself after.
I think
we don't marry them.
I never gave an example of what I never gave an example. Okay. Please run it back. I never gave an example of that's the type of people that y'all cuff up and marry.
You're just
when did I say that?
You're saying that your women are going off what guys put out there. That was your
general That was what you were saying.
But she didn't specify what point. I guess what point.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
No, come on.
I never said that. But I'm just saying whatever. Like, we don't have enough Michelle Obama's publicized as the model figure to go to versus, unfortunately, yes, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Beyoncés. They got to deal with Becky with the nice hair or whatever. fucking around with her husband. We don't see enough positive examples as a black woman of what y'all really want to say, okay, this is the path that I'm going to take. It's just what it is. I don't see enough people of that good caliber y'all speak of being cuffed up and wife. Corlisha, Leah, they exceptions to the rule.
No.
They are. They are. They are.
I know. I think online, like if you talking about like famous people.
And think about it. Think about it. Whatever.
Talking about famous people.
No,
man.
I'm talking about like regular, your everyday people. But think about it. If you talk about Corlisha and Leah, they are not women who have never fucking twerked. They are not women who have never did some of the behaviors and some of the actions that y'all downplay females to be doing out here.
That's not what we talk. I'm talking about.
I'm saying in general.
Nobody ever said anything about twerking. I'm talking about being an actual stripper who sells your pussy online.
I'm not talking about that.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the hoe.
So that's what we were talking about. We're not talking about women who just live life normally.
No, but I mean, shit. I know a very popular stripper that's booed up right now. Booed the fuck up. Right now.
All right, Elise.
So it's just like if there. So this is the thing about it or whatever. If people chose the adult life, right, and that's just what, and they all are single. None of them are in a relationship, engaged, or married. That's just what it is, and we see that. Hey, if you do this, you're likely going to spend a life of singleness. But people who choose that life, who even see a glimpse of somebody having the results opposite of what most society would see conducive to, there's hope. So even though I may be a stripper or have an OnlyFans, if I know somebody who's a stripper or has an OnlyFans that still has a relationship, I'm going to say that there's hope for me to do what the fuck I want to do and still have a relationship with somebody.
I think there's a couple of things that play here, though. I mean,
there's no hope.
No, I feel like there's a couple. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's this space of things where we have to let people have their space to say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do in my life, and don't judge me. And I should still be able to get out here and find what I want. What I think happens a lot of times.
That's not how life works, though.
Yeah, but what I think happens a lot of times is that I don't think women sometimes listen to what men are saying.
We try to tell y'all.
To what you're saying.
But y'all be like putting your own beliefs on us.
It's almost like, I can't remember if it does.
If we talk about the most delusional sex, it would
definitely
be males.
No.
Let me address this real quick.
I got a good thing.
It's males.
I have a good thing.
That because y'all motherfuckers really want a person to suck the soul out of y'all, but never suck a dick.
No,
like what the fuck? How does that work?
No, that's not the case. That's not true. So first of all, what I'm real quick, you got to because she said talking about delusional. What we're trying to tell you. How the male brain processes this stuff.
Okay.
You're telling us how our brain processes, and we're telling you. So I understand what you're saying about what women say or what women see when they see somebody who could possibly be a stripper or something like them, and they have success, so I should be able to have success. I'm going to tell you what men's brains do. If we see Garner Minshew have a very good game at football, we don't think that he's Patrick Mahomes. That's not how our brain works. We can see success singularly to one person and not think it's going to affect everybody else. I'm trying to tell you how our brain works. So we, in the male world, we can see one stripper have success and our brain doesn't process it like, well, I should be able to have success too. I'm telling you that's how our brain works. We can still be like, damn, remember that one game where Boobie hit 8 threes in the playoffs? That one game? We don't then think Boobie Gibson is the next Steph Curry. So I'm telling you how our brain works. So we'll see that thing happen, and it's good for her and that guy she's with. It doesn't necessarily mean that exception is the rule now. It doesn't mean that I should start Daniel Boobie Gibson as my point guard for the next 15 years because he had one good game. That's how our brains work. So if women just want to marry women and be with women, then cool. You can look at men and process the life the way y'all look at it.
So extreme.
But it's the truth though. Whether it's extreme or not, it's how we look at it.
Can I dig in a little bit more too? You know, at one point we was talking about stuff like a bigger picture thing or whatever about like your brother and being in his role and things like that. But it's like, if we really want to be serious about what we want to do and how things are happening, men tell you this, whatever. Let's not say men as a whole. Let's talk about the men that you want to be with. So if you was a woman and you want to be serious about trying to find a mate, why won't you look at the men who dating or marrying the women that you would like.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And look at those types of guys and say
Absolutely.
that's the type of guys should be
Absolutely.
targeting. Instead of
Yes.
saying all men are doing this, why wouldn't you study that and be like, okay, well, what are those women doing or something like that?
Because
Instead
that's
of-
what we do.
Instead of sitting there saying, you know what, I'm gonna shake my ass or whatever, but you should still want me. No, why? Same thing for men or whatever. Well, if we want to be married or whatever, so look at the women that are getting wifed up. So. Maybe we should focus on them. It's just like,
And then when you-
we
Or
go
why don't I
to-
But
get
even,
advice
but even
from
right
them?
there, but even
Or
right there,
advice.
Let me go get advice from my
listen,
brother.
But even right there, what you're talking about, when you're talking about like women who are a certain type of way to get the men that I want, I have talked to a lot of them. Unfortunately, those women have dealt with things that I won't deal with. Like those men who are so good have their flaws.
Of course.
Unfortunately, infidelity
Yeah,
was
nobody's
one of them, and I can't deal with an infidelity or unfaithful man. I know I can't. So even though that's the caliber of man I would love to be with, I would not accept an unfaithful man.
Okay.
So even in that sense, I get exactly where you're going and where you coming from or whatever, like through and through. But when we talk about,
I don't think anybody would though. But there's a lot more shit going on than just unfaithfulness. Like you're 100% right. If Corley started messing with people, of course. I mean, I think that's a given. But there's a lot more qualities, and not everybody's out here fucking people. So of course, I mean, that's kind of an of course. Like, yeah, nobody, unless you're a poly, wants to be with somebody who's fucking everybody. So it got to be other aspects of the relationship. I 100% agree with you. If somebody,
so even if we take the example that you gave, as far as women being that good catch later on in life, but niggas ain't fucking with her, right?
What you mean?
Because they done already got spent. So now later in life, when you ready to settle down with somebody, you done already played the ones that possibly was on your shit, right? Okay, so we have that example, right? So if we look at it, when you talk about like some all niggas cheat or whatever, or who they cheating with, well, if women are that type of caliber or whatever, how many men have dogged good women? Who ain't never did shit to you.
Okay, you're not wrong. What I'm telling you is the reality of it is the pendulum is swung, whether you're right or wrong or not.
I'm not trying to be right or wrong. I'm just trying to get perspective.
You're right. No,
Yes.
you're right. Just like Michael B. Jordan was a good nigga, but he was corny. We're both right. But at that point, the hood chicks who was cute with the lollipops and the big earrings held the power. You're right. He was a good nigga who got spent because he was corny. So you can flip that all the way around and say, well, these women got done wrong, but you're 100% right. But unfortunately, at 34, the niggas got the power. So you're right.
Niggas got power through and through no matter what age.
Not only
because
19.
Y'all choose,
Not only 19.
I'm only saying that because y'all choose who to be serious with.
Yeah, we choose relationships. Y'all control sex. But at 18, 19, 20, 21, y'all still in more control than us. Mid-20s, it definitely does switch. And maybe some dudes are in control. But Michael B. Jordan he's still a corny nigga. We don't fill out our Adam's apple and beards and shit till we 20. He wasn't Michael B. Jordan. He didn't get his grown man body. He was like 26, 27. Now he did, but at that point he was that nigga. Fruitvale Station, Michael B. Jordan is up from there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I think both situations are right. It's just, it sucks that you can hit 28 and be dope as a woman, I guess, or whatever, feel like you dope, but it's going to be a rough road. It's going to be a rough road to hoe. Pause. No pun intended. It's going to be a rough road to hoe. I know this is a very extreme example because we're dealing with a legitimate stripper. But if you've been stripping for 10 years, it's just more difficult. Is it impossible? No, of course it's not impossible.
Yeah.
I just saw a nigga make a temporary sleeping arrangement in a tree.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not impossible. But, ma'am, you ready to make your bed in a tree? Because that's what it's going to take to be 20.
And unfortunately, when you do have that past, motherfuckers ain't really trying to fuck with you like that. But even I know some people who don't have that past, who really like legit been good people that are single or not like really.
Because it's not enough niggas.
It's slim pickings.
Like,
it's slim pickings.
It's slim pickings.
Yeah.
It's very slim pickings on whatever on females. Like shit, I'm single, no kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm high value women or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Most people look at, but at the same time, whatever. I also have to look at my decisions and my choices. I could legit be married right now, not even working, but I refuse to use a man for a comfortable life. And that's feel like I don't want to be with a man because of I don't have to worry about the financial and this and that, whatever. I want to be with a man because I love him, because I'm in love with him. I want that part. So when it comes down to quality men, it's some quality men I had to turn down because I just would not do you right. I wouldn't handle you right. So I think that's a responsibility of both sexes just to know, hey, I'm not going to get with you out of pure greed or malice or any type of alternative motive. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Be with somebody because you really want to fuck with them. Let's go back to normalizing not disturbing motherfuckers who you ain't serious about. If you know you ain't going to do nothing good in this person's life or go with them the long way, leave them the fuck alone. How about that?
Okay.
Both sexes.
Well, I mean, we on the pod. I mean, we got to express both points of views. You know what I mean? I can't let that just be the point of view of DMST without throwing something in there. You know what I'm saying? While I do respect what you said, there's love itself is the most fragile thing in a relationship. It's the glue that holds everything together, but it is the most fragile. You cannot build your relationship off the fact that you love somebody a lot. And the mentality around it, and that's part of the issue in our community, is the mentality around relationships. Is because we lack so much healthiness. Just in general. I don't even want to put it on just healthy things in our lives. We'll tend to look at certain things as kind of a hindrance or a detriment to our advancement or whatever, when it's really just an ingredient to the thing. So the nuclear family, man, woman, child, is the most effective way to have a family. That has to be a part of the equation. Yes, love, but in those vows is through sickness and in health, for richer or for poor, till death do us part. So there's love in it, but you become a nigga who lose your job, I'm telling you, a woman gonna look at you sideways for a little bit. It's gonna happen. That love meter gonna drop. But if that commitment meter is up there, y'all will be all right, because commitment to the cause is a fucking key ingredient. Because the love shit gonna go and come and go. Not go. You gonna love that motherfucker. Because as a man, you gonna give your life for that woman and them kids no matter what. But it's going to fluctuate. And a lot of us, I'm not talking about you in general, but a lot of people are in search of love over everything because we lack a lot of it in our community. But that's not the fucking key factor to a relationship. There is a commitment. There is a business aspect to a relationship. There is a windfall aspect to it. I got her, she got me, we got the kids, we got each other. That's part of it. It's part of the success model. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why it exists. So it can't just all be all feelings, but we are one of the last matriarchal people, Black Americans. There's a lot of big mamas and aunties and grandmamas running our families at the tippy top of it. And some of our decision making is very emotionally based. And we'll bring love into it.
Very matriarchal.
We got to love. No. I also have a duty to my family. Because there's going to be a Saturday you wake up and be like, I can't fucking stand the way you fucking curl your toes when you get up in the morning. It's going to happen.
God damn it.
I'm just saying. It's going to happen.
I can't stand your goddamn toes cracking.
I can't stand them toes cracking. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have a duty to that person, and you got to have a responsibility. There's way more shit other than just, do I like you a lot? There's going to be some days I don't even want to fucking... I saw this video the other day. I should have played that one. Where I was talking about some people that working and they tagged me in it after work, where it was like, the reason why your nigga want to hang around his boys is because some days he don't like you. He just want to be around some people he like. and laugh and have some fun. Or come to the studio and watch a show.
But Dev,
it's what happens.
This sounds so weird, but it's just like I don't know if we all prepared for that.
You know, you're right.
Until we go through it. I mean, like,
but
like,
I also see how real quick.
I don't know how my life is gonna be. I mean, look. You know, y'all know, y'all all gonna be at the wedding. Shit, y'all niggas are in the wedding. God damn it. I mean, somebody trying to be the flower girl, but I ain't gonna say that.
I was like, not me.
Yeah, but I don't know what it's gonna feel like 2 years from now because I haven't lived
it's
it.
A motherfucker.
In our minds, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. But we don't even know what it's going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, whatever. So I know I kind of get what you're saying with that.
Yeah, but but I also do then realize, again, understanding that I don't go into the world thinking everybody had Petty James Reed as a father. I get it.
And y'all had different.
He's the stripper that married a nigga, a normal nigga with a job. I know he's an exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an anomaly, but he would talk to us. Listen. It's going to be about 3 years in. You're going to want to get all of your shit and leave. Don't.
Key to marriage is not giving up.
The key to it is not giving up.
But
we don't prepare ourselves.
The key word in that sentence. Marriage is the key word in that sentence. Everything else,
of course.
That's the point. Of course. But you don't get to marriage without a relationship.
No, I get it.
And sometimes even in that relationship, you got to you got to go through some shit.
Like he would tell me in a relationship, do everything you can, and if you feel like you've done all you've done, do a little bit more. So when you walk away, you know you've done every single thing you can.
So let me ask you this: when we talk about that being a singular goal for a specific person, would you say that at some point you realize that although your parents made you who you are, and maybe, you know what I'm saying, you look at it as a good thing, or however you look at it, that's not maybe the environment you want for yourself? Because although I would change nothing about my upbringing, and I love my parents to life, I don't know if I could handle a marriage such as theirs. Now, it's things that I loved about their marriage, but what I wanted for myself. And even though we say we don't really even though let's say we want certain things of their marriage, but we don't want to actually have that marriage. We still gonna model certain things that got them the results that we want to see. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even though it's a singular thing, you still gonna model your behavior after what you feel is gonna get you the results that you want from another person's situation.
I think that's the mentality of us wanting our shit to be perfect, and it's not gonna be perfect. In a sense, like we can look at our parents and say, "Yeah, I know these things I want and these I don't," but it's just.
But
we're going to have our own issues, no matter what.
Absolutely.
Like, so we can look at our parents and see the things that they had, good or bad or whatever. But we're going to have our own that's going to be completely different from theirs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Completely different.
You could have.
But the one thing that's going to be, I'm sorry, the one thing that's going to be different is that if we're talking about our parents, is that they stuck that shit out.
Exactly.
But go ahead.
That's what I was saying as far as not giving up. The reality is, you may deem some things that was in your. Because look, let's be clear. Like I said, there are certain things in my parents' marriage that, I would deem to never ever execute ever with certain shit. But what you got to realize is that even if it's not that, there's going to be some other shit that could possibly be less or greater problems that you even experience. You know what I'm saying?
And not to everybody's feelings around their or experience with their family and parents, all that shit is their own unique one. But there is a point where I'm gonna do it with my girls. My father did it with us, where there's definitely gonna be some shit that there's definitely some shit he wish he would have done better. So there's definitely some shit about my childhood I wish was different. I don't love everything about my childhood. Right. I don't respect everything about my childhood. I'm not proud of everything from my childhood. So, but I also had a father that came to me at 12 and was honest about what was going on in the house and put some shit on my shoulders to really make a decision on what we was getting ready to do moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit is unique. I know it's not average. You know what I mean? To not have a conversation on some nigga motherfucker, but a real live Listen, this is what we're getting ready to do. This is what I'm getting ready to do. If you want to stay here with you, like a real conversation, not on some nigga shit, not involving no Heinekens and those, just a real conversation. Like I was 27 years old. So I know that that's unique, but there's also some shit that I'm not going to take from my childhood because there's a number of things I wish didn't happen. There's a lot of things that happened that made me the way I am, that while I'm grateful they made me the way I am, I also had to overcome them shits.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
In my adulthood. And I know that early issues with my own marriage was before we even got engaged, was because I had lingering shit from before. Some of the issues I deal with right now is shit that I've never been able to get past. So I'm never in the mindset of like, I love everything that happened. Yeah. Hell no. Yeah. Some of this shit I wish to God never happened. I didn't have to experience that shit. Like people be talking about, you want to do, no nigga, I don't need to smoke crack to know I don't want to do it. I didn't have to experience that shit. Like I didn't have to, I didn't have to experience half the shit I experienced. I didn't have to, and I don't want to. I'm gonna make sure my daughters don't experience it. I'm sure they're gonna experience some shit. I know my 16-year-old probably wishes that she wasn't so far away from me. And I'm going to make sure that we have conversations about that all the way into her adulthood so it don't negatively impact her and the way she deal with adults and people in relationships when she get in relationships. Because I don't ever want her to think that she got to accept all the shit on her shoulders that happened to her when she was a kid. Because that shit's on me. And I wish to God that shit was different. And I don't ever want you to accept it or think that shit is normal and you got to put up with it too. If you have kids, when you get older, be around them kids every day. Just because I wasn't around you every single day don't mean you should be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So
and it's real. So crazy because like even in the good things of what we try to intend for our kids can sometimes be read the wrong way. Like for example, my mother bragged about how she was with my dad for 4 or 5 years before they had my sister and how, we wasn't no surprise. We wasn't no accident. I was a planned pregnancy and we wasn't no bastard kids and this and that, whatever. And that's all well and good, but I spent the majority of my adult life trying to avoid disappointing my mother when, at the end of the day, I feel like when I have kids, I'm going to let them know it's okay if your lifeline does not look like mommy's. It's okay if you have a kid, prior to whatever, you know what I'm saying? I just want my kids to feel okay to live their life and not be so hung up on what I did right or what I did wrong. Because although my mother did what she was supposed to do right, as far as, being married, asking to have us, all that stuff, whatever, the time that my parents lived in was very different than mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't taboo to see a single, mother at my time, whatever, like it would be in their time. Like, it was a lot of stuff that they dealt with and they accepted just to keep the family, quote unquote, together that people nowadays ain't fucking with. So I would have had kids had I been able not to have the pressure of how my mom did things versus how I'm doing things. So even when you trying to do things right, whatever, sometimes that pressure on a child can fuck them up.
It backfires.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
we've been going hard.
No, you know what? Actually, I'm glad we're having this conversation because it actually just is bringing back a lot of stuff that I'm thinking about. It's just like, as far as things that you may have seen growing up, that like I've always been transparent. Like I always say about like my relationship with my children. So it's like one thing I can say I'm happy about, and I'm thankful to God because I've been praying about it and I've been doing a better job is being more affectionate with my son. Because my father, I can't even remember back then. I never remember hugging my father. I never remember him saying he loved me. I never remember none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember none of it.
Very stoic.
My father was a military man, so he was just, that's how he was. So I never remembered none of that. So I found myself earlier on in my, with my son, being kind of stoic with him, and kind of being a certain type of way that I knew in my heart wasn't right. You know what I mean? So now lately it's just been more, just more being, more speaking a certain type of way to him, more encouraging, more, not making him feel like that, something is wrong or I'm upset with him or, different shit. And that's what I've been. It's amazing we came to this conversation because I swear for the past, even going through what I've been going through over the past like 6 months, it's almost like that became my peace in a sense. I was trying to find other aspects of my life to get better at what I was lacking in. I just left it alone. Where can I get better even though I'm trying to be a certain type of way? But that specifically, like I said, I grew up, man. Bro, I ain't never get hugs and kisses and, from my dad, I don't remember him doing none of that shit with me. So I see that it translated over to my relationship with my son because he, the first thing he want to do all the time is hug and kiss on me. I love you, Dad, or I this and that.
Yeah,
but I just be sitting there like, sometimes even till now, I ain't perfect. I don't do it the right way every single time. I'm still learning, but it's even times he hug me, I just be kind of like, because I don't know how to accept it.
Man, that's crazy shit you saying, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to accept it. Like, even with my daughter, like I'm more affectionate with my daughter in a sense because I look at her, okay, baby girl. She need to see
what a man
love her.
He got to see the way a man.
But he got to see how a man is supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So
supposed to be
right. And look, I don't want to
think about it. Even in that sense,
yeah.
If you showing him how a man's supposed to be with another man, whatever, like you're literally molding him to pick the right male friends going on.
Right, absolutely. And the thing, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
I don't even think y'all know what y'all saying right now.
But I sit back and I be thinking about the situation, and y'all just said something key. I was like, okay, it's always taught that as a when you a man, you got daughters that they need to be. You need to be the first man that they know what love is about or learn about love.
They fall in love with you first.
But you know what?
It never gets on the other side.
Me sitting here preaching about that and not my son need to see how a man's supposed to treat his son. Yes. And look, and I don't want to paint this picture like I like my son don't get love from me. That's not what I'm saying.
I don't think nobody reading it like that.
But I found myself being Howard all over again, reincarnated. I see a lot of me. A lot of my father in me when it comes to my son at times. And I be sitting there like, and it's like sometimes I feel so bad because he'll hug me. He'll want to hug me and I'll hug him, but it just be like, oh, okay, man. And he be so passionate about it like, Daddy, I love you. And I'm like, oh, I love you too, man, But it's a reflection of what I went through as a kid, not having that love and that affection. Because like I said, I promise you on my kids, I can never remember my father hugging me. And this ain't me shitting on my daddy.
I know what
neither.
you mean.
But the reality is, I don't remember none of that shit.
Nigga, listen to this shit, man. I don't even think I've been talking this whole time. I think it's been my father. I swear to God. Because everything y'all saying.
Petty.
Yeah, man. No, because he was an alien. Like, how can I put it? It's so many. I got like 10 different topics in my head right now off the shit that y'all was just talking about. One, you was talking about like the people that shit the parents put up with back in the past. That conversation right there. I wish somebody could just like rip down the like, I don't know, stereotypical or fearful point of views from people. Just rip the curtain down. I'm telling you, niggas is not like that in 2023. Niggas is because while we was raised by a lot of people was raised by these stoic males, being a parent by nature is nurturing. By nature. I saw this picture earlier. It was, I don't know where they was at. I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was. It was just a bunch of dads holding their daughters. And it was just a bunch of dudes like, it was just embracing their daughters. It was like sitting in like, I don't know, a waiting room somewhere. It was like 20 different dads and their kids, all black dudes. And it's just like, that is what fatherhood and love is. And yeah, you can do fatherhood the other way, but you can also healthily look at it and be like, but this is the right way.
Yeah, he struggled a second. I got you.
But you can raise kids stoically. You can, and by the grace of God, they develop in the good. But you should raise your fucking kids with love.
Oh, for sure.
They should know you love them.
Yes.
You should tell them you love them. You should hug them often. You should kiss them often. You should praise them. You should chastise. You can do shit, and we can look at it the wrong way. We can.
No, I get you.
And we can talk about it over and over again. Or we can focus on how we do this shit the right way. Because it's hard to be somebody daddy, and they don't know you love them. It's hard as fuck, man.
Okay,
it's not easy.
I ain't trying to cut you off. I'm gonna let you get back to your point.
Go ahead.
I can even give an example. We have all been around each other on separate occasions, whether it was all together or separately. Mm-hmm. And you know firsthand, you know what I'm saying? You can see the way I interact with Leighton. Mm-hmm. It's more so like, hey, look, nah, don't do that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's crazy because I'm looking at this whole scenario and then now it just hit me. My dad lost his dad from a heart attack. My grandfather, who I'm named after, lost my grandfather when he was 9 years old. He was sent to his uncle where he was abused. Being transparent without putting it out there, I have 2 older brothers that dealt with similar situations with my dad. Mm-hmm. Didn't come to me, but I felt like the abuse may have been the stoic personality that he had to have, that he had on me. Mm-hmm. Not one time was I ever whooped by my father. Ever. But then where the confusion comes in with me mentally and emotionally is you will sit up and be like, damn, I ain't gonna never, if I have a son, I ain't gonna never be like this. And then you see yourself gravitating towards being that same similar person.
Oh, nigga.
Towards your own child. And when I mean, like I said, I reiterate, this is not a situation where I mistreat my child. Anybody that's been around me I love my son. I talk about him all the time. That's my little dude. Mm-hmm. But you said something key. I have to teach him and nurture him with love and let him know it's okay to be loved, and he deserves that because he don't deserve what I'm mentally, emotionally going through.
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault. You know what I'm saying?
And sadly enough, we have to forgive our parents for things that wasn't their fault. Like shit, I was like legit making a joke about it, but I hate that whole toxic parenting viral wave of listen, your parents raised you to the best at a fucking ability.
The best they knew how.
Because like think about it, like what we would absolutely not be okay with, some of our parents experience. Like even on the lowest level, my mom would suck her thumb. At 3, they didn't want her to suck her thumb no more, so they gave her chewing tobacco. Forget rum on the gums for toothache, for cutting teeth. No, they gave her chewing tobacco. So since 3, my mom has been exposed to tobacco. Mm-hmm. So do you think at 36 or whatever, however old I was going to be able to convince my mom to stop smoking, even though she had went through a heart attack, a stroke, and however many other complications from tobacco?
She likes the nicotine.
She been doing tobacco for 66 years. She's 69. My dad, he would have me at 40. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a whole lot of patience and time for we going to bump our head and figure it. No, it's like we going to figure it out the gate. So like, for example, I'm running in the house from playing. I'm thirsty as fuck. I want some water. I see my dad holding a glass with clear liquid. In my head, it's water. I say, hey, Dad, can I have a drink of your water? He give it to me. I take a big old gulp, burn my motherfucking chest because it's martini. You gonna think before you sip, right? You gonna smell that bitch before you sip, right, huh? Okay, give me my fucking cup back. But it's just like those type of things, whatever, that we think about, like toxic parenting, like bad upbringing. Like, nigga, it's some shit that we would not be the people who we is without it. But it's other avenues that we are deciding and we are choosing to teach our kids the same lesson, get the same result, just a different type of way. Mm-hmm. We can instruct and discipline with love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We don't have to live a binary life. We don't have to do either or. It can be both now.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy too. Real quick, this is the last thing I got to say. But you know what? Like I said, I hate to be, as we said, bragging earlier. But you know what? I've been happy.
Good.
Even amidst the things, because I really focus. I know I'm spending a lot of time talking about my son right now, but that's because I just give a fuck, man. I love my son. So it was like, whereas now, where I used to be kind of stoic with him, sometimes I just be like, hey, what's going on, Leighton? You good? All right.
Oh, you hit him with the Playboy?
Or he'll do something. Right. Or he'll do something. And I'll be like, whereas the old me would be like, man, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm like,
Let's talk about it.
Like, okay. Like, he got in trouble in school last week. You know, and I'm going through so much personally, as a man, personally. But you know what happened? I picked him up. I was like, hey, you know, sometimes we have bad days, son. I said, it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. Whereas the old me would have been like, oh, when you get home,
I'm whooping your
you
ass.
ain't doing this.
Yeah.
You ain't doing that. I'm like, no, you know, it's okay. Because my son is an honor roll student. But it's just amazing, like, you know, I'm just starting to see the transition, even to me as a man, period. Just this very conversation makes me realize right now why I am the way I am about friendship, brotherhood, and stuff. Because I lack so much love from a male perspective that I take that shit and it can twist either way, whether negatively or positively. I mean, positively.
Oh, y'all struggling.
Or I could be right, or I could be a certain type of way. Like even for instance, like our situation that we had, we know what happened, but I could get because you start feeling that pressure. Me personally, of feeling hurt or feeling like you disappointing or you know different shit. But like I said, man, it's just I'm glad to be doing a better job I'm still learning even at the age of 42. Even my son will be 10, my daughter will be 8. I'm still learning how to be a parent, man.
Yeah,
but I know I gotta do it with love.
You have to, man. There is, and you know, I don't want to be too much. You know what I mean? Because it's a, you know, being a father, you care about it a lot. But then you be in the field that I'm in, you care about it a lot too. You know what I mean? There's a right and a wrong way to do things.
Yeah, I see how your eyebrows sit when you talk about certain things.
No, for real, man. No. Because kids are different. Kids hit different with me. Like it's no games to be played with kids.
Right.
Like I'll hear the story and it's like, oh, that's what's up. But I'll fight somebody if they gave a 3-year-old some liquor. Like you going too far. Like for me, kids, like fucking with and touching them, raising them the fucked up way, taking advantage of women, shit like that. It's like it's no games in that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way. You don't put sugar in a gas tank, nigga. There's no alternative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's
to
only
raising
one
kids,
kid.
man.
Right.
Like if you start putting fucked up shit in the kid's head, nigga, you rolling the dice with somebody's life.
Right.
Because God forbid you didn't die of some fucking bullshit. Maybe you fell in love with liquor as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Then it's a way to do this shit, man. And you got to do it the correct way. And it's part of our issue in our community. Right. And let's get it together. Let's get it on track. Let's do it right.
So you would fought my dad about that martini?
I would fight my own dad for some of the shit that I had to experience. My brothers had to experience.
Bro.
There's no game. You're dealing with people with kids, man. Like kids is off limits. It's no jurisdiction. We ain't on no like that ain't none of my business, nigga. That's my business. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids be joking in school, like get out my business, nigga. You are my business. What are you talking about?
Right.
I get paid to be in your business. Like you literally are my business.
Right.
Let's talk about that village then.
No, it is. But
no, I mean for real, that's village talk right there.
But we have to. But we all got to be on the same page. We all got to look at it and be like, there's a right column, and then there's a wrong column. You know what I'm saying? The problem in the black community is we'll be like, oh man, we can do a couple of the wrong thing. No, we can't.
Right.
No, we cannot. We can, but let's check that shit.
Right.
And get it closer to the right column.
So
you don't hug on love on your boys. Okay, I get it. I respect the fact you're honest. Let's check that shit right now, and let's start loving on our young black boys. Right. Like we're not just gonna let that shit go for another 10 years.
You know what
like we can't do that. That's not. Now we playing real quick. We playing Russian roulette with young black men's lives.
And I seen something. Not to cut you off, but I'm gonna let you go again. But I seen something. I was watching a video that went viral, and it was with black males like us, and it was the young black males. And it was called like a hug-a-thon or some shit.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit. The dude asked,
and the one dude was holding the one young boy.
He asked his father, "You ever got a hug?" And the dude was like, "No,
never had a hug."
And all the coaches on the team started giving out hugs to the boys.
And then too, I don't look. Like I said, I want to reiterate. I don't want to paint this picture like I'm a horrible father.
I know what you mean. We know what you mean, man. We know what you mean.
But sometimes I struggle with being more affectionate.
Yeah,
than I need to be. You know what I mean?
We all do.
Yeah,
we all be like, I was
gonna talk to y'all about that. Like, I think we need to do something as far as the young black men that we get together and do something for them, something like that, man, for real. Like, cause they need it, man. You could tell he hugged that little dude for like a good 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. He had never had a hug
ever.
And it's crazy that even like I said, bringing it back to my situation, when I hug my son, when I hug him, man, this dude
I hugged him. I ain't gonna cry. I'm not.
That means he about to cry. No. Every time Playboy say he ain't gonna cry.
No. I ain't gonna cry. No. But, I went to visit my son. And I'm sitting on the floor. I'm like, man, what you want to do, man? He was like, well, Dad, I'm about to get ready, go to sleep. I said, okay, well, all right, well, I'm going to put on Spider-Man, man. I know you like Spider-Man. And I said, come give me a hug. And I gave him a hug, kissed him on his forehead, said, we're going to watch the movie and, go to sleep. And I'm sitting there, and I'm on his floor. I'm just on his floor laying. And so I'm sitting there, and he to the right of me, and I look, and this is all he doing, looking at me, smiling. That made me feel like the best father in the fucking world. Because you know what? He didn't give a fuck about Spider-Man. He didn't give a fuck about the video game. All he wanted was to see me right there and feel what he was experiencing. That was the first time in a long time with him that he was just like, that's my dad. He loves me. You know what I mean? It's amazing, man. But
you got me wanting to go pick up my goddaughter. No, my goddaughter, like, for real, when you talk about that feeling, like, my goddaughter, like, she'd, like, be on me. Like, it's so crazy because, like, for her third, maybe her fourth birthday party, she had a little swim party, whatever. And so I pull up late, and she see me walking up the driveway. When I tell you she dropped everything that she was doing and ran up to my legs and hugged them so tight. Yeah. Like, I had never had a kid react to me like that before. You know what I'm saying? And when she talk, man, I get on the phone where I'm talking to her. She's like, yeah, God, mommy, this and that. And when she actually called me God, mommy,
right.
like, right. I'm telling, like, so it's okay. I don't have kids, but that little girl, Dooley, I love you, girl.
Man, it's crazy.
If everybody's being transparent, it's like even with me in my role now, like, dude, I go so back and forth on things right now where I just don't know how I get in or how I fit in and stuff like that or whatever. I mean, and we've talked about different things too, because I lean on y'all just as being black men and being dads and stuff like that. But it's just like, I mean, just I don't know, man. I mean, I can do something sometimes, or say something and be like, all right, I think I'm doing something right, or maybe saying something right. Sometimes I don't, or whatever. Dude, I have no fucking clue. And I'm being 100% transparent. I have no fucking clue sometimes.
Look, bro,
I sit up, it'll be fucking 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just still sitting there sometimes in the goddamn living room, like, thinking about shit. Like, yo, I don't know.
We never do.
I swear to God, I don't know.
We never do.
Right.
This the key. As long as you leading with the fact that you want the best for them, you good.
Yeah.
So
that's it. No ulterior motives. No, like, I'm trying to get them to go to bed so I can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, for real. Like, no, because you do it as the kids get older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to go to sleep.
Yeah, like, as long as I know what I'm asking Mackenzie or Alyssa to do is for the betterment of them too, I'm okay. Because, I might be wrong in the month. I don't know.
Hey, Dev. When I do have kids, can they come over to the Reed household?
No, ma'am. I'm strictly 9 to 5 during the day, 7:30 to 2:15
My office
next
hours are.
You can enroll them at the school. I'm not joking with you.
Yeah. I don't
Hey,
know.
look, my baby gonna be 3 weeks. Someone just ring the doorbell.
I don't play them games. They gotta be able to play spades before they come over my house. Oh no!
Hey, and clean the kitchen. Hey.
The whole kitchen. The whole kitchen. Not the dishes.
Hey.
The whole kitchen, fam.
All right, man. Give them all your shits.
Yeah, no. hey, for real. Conversations like today is the ones that's like that makes me keep going with
we
this
2
pod.
hours in, more than.
Oh, we way more than we like 2.5 hours.
Doing some change, yeah.
No, this was like for real because like you think about it like you influence people whether you know it or you don't. And I'm talking about people as in like all ages. I done had people motherfucking older than me by years be like, hey, I like what you do. What? So like, man.
Even when people ain't paying attention, they paying attention.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They'll come out of nowhere with some shit. So, hey, real quick before we get up out of here, it's hard to see.
We got a couple things.
You only see the bottom of it. But shout out to Waking Dreams Creations, artist in Cleveland. Got a couple of his pictures up.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Homie Mike Thompson. He'll be up here in a couple weeks.
Why you take a picture of it?
Oh, I
We gonna
did.
have to.
I did. I got to put them up. I got to get a better version. I got to turn that light
This
off.
was
I
the
think.
tough one. Yeah.
I got to turn that light off probably, but I got to get a better reflection on that.
So
one.
there's the bottom of them behind us.
I did take some pictures last week, but I didn't get a good one of that one.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put them up.
So the one behind us is the let them know.
Yeah, it's the Ready to Die.
Put them on the
joint.
story. Put them on DMST.
I am, ma'am. I got to get a better picture.
She ain't listening.
Jesus Christ, she ain't listening.
Yeah. Hey.
For y'all, I took a picture last week and it didn't come out really well, so I'm going to turn off the light.
I did
right
too.
next
Yeah,
to
that
it
one right there is a bad
and
one.
get a
But
better
the
one.
Nipsey right here.
Yeah,
No, because
Nipsey's
Dev, you gotta talk to him like that because Dev still gatekeeping pictures from Pie to R&B in July.
Hey, man, them pictures is gone, man.
I'm not about to talk about it on air. I've already told you why I still got him, man. But shout out to him, man. We'll have him up here in a couple weeks. He got a gang of dope art, man. So he all over the country, really. He had a bunch of different people put his stuff up that he's drawn pictures for. He was at that Martin premiere last year. He did some stuff for Martin. It was a lot of stuff, man. So we got him come through. But yeah, I think that's. Oh, the stuff with Curvy CEO. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah, but yeah, that was the big thing I wanted to get to the pictures or whatever. All right, cool. All right, bet. Playboy, give them all your shits.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, it's Playboy the DJ, Playboy DADJ. You can find me on Instagram, Playboy_James3. You can find me on Facebook under my government. If you know me, you know me.
They know you.
And both of y'all are, who know you? No, like my dad say, man, be yourself before you be by yourself, man. Dope show, man. I ain't even know it was gonna go that long, but that's what we do, man. DMST, that's what we do,
That's the
man.
reason why I'm first lady at DMST because the vibes is there. You know what I'm saying?
This might, I don't know, but this is bordering on one of our longest shows ever.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Bordering on
But
it.
yeah, but like, I'm out, man.
And
That's all I
then
want
with
to
just the
say.
four of us though, because sometimes the longer ones been with guests. So just the four of us, yeah.
Yeah. All right, you at least give them all your shits.
Damn, give them all your shits.
Go ahead.
No, you at least give them all your shits.
I'm sorry. Ulysses Dickerson on any social media platform. My Instagram is public. My Facebook is private. So send me a little message. Let me know that you tuned in on DMST. Until next time, stay blessed, healthy, and wealthy. See y'all next time.
All right, Dev, give them all your shits.
Oh boy, Steph. Trying to spread love in a world full of hate. Love y'all. If you love me back, it's cool. My mama do.
Mama do.
Pops always say, do what needs to be done. Needs to be done whether you like it or not. It's the real Big Dev 216 everywhere, man.
Everywhere, nigga.
Everywhere.
Every
All
motherfucking
right,
way. Sorry.
She is so active. DMST16 yahoo.com. Everything,
Questions,
whatever.
comments, concerns.
Yeah, all that. We'll be back next week, man. Good show, y'all.
Yeah.
It may be cloudy today, but the sun will come up tomorrow. So as long as you are here under the sun, live your life to the best of your motherfucking ability. I am DJ Brainstorm for you on all social media. Hey, can I say something real quick? I was I said it before the show, and just to make sure that we don't forget. Sometimes or whatever. Like I one of the homies had a little the homie K Nice. Had a thing at his shop on Friday night, a night shop thing or whatever. They do his thing there with the clothing line and things like that. Nice CEO, nice CEO. And then DJ Step 1 is there also. They do the DJ Academy and stuff like that or whatever. But I was telling you before the show, I'm like, it was funny. I was there. I went there, bought a shirt and everything, and I was just there chilling with the other vendors or whatever, talking to them. But it's just like talking to Step 1. He was just thinking about the fact that they had only been to our studio one time, and that was the old studio years ago. So obviously we coming up on 3 years here. And when they came to the studio, obviously they were on Boss Code show and they were recording in our spot. But he was talking about, he's like, I thought you was just doing DMST or whatever. Like he didn't really know about the DJing part or whatever. But I say that to say this, like we sit here and have these conversations sometimes, like today, where I'm like, this is why I do for me. I only can speak about me. This is why I love doing this podcast when we have these good conversations like this. And so like when we talking about something like they were there 4 to 5 years ago at the old spot or whatever, and he can still remember, oh, I thought you was just doing DMST or whatever. It's just like sometimes we say stuff on shows, even these real conversations that we're having is making an impact on people that we don't understand that it's having. And so that's why I love doing this show. I love y'all for it.
Yes,
And love you too.
Absolutely.
And out of 7+ years of doing this, the shit is still fun.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say that real quick. But like I said, It may be cloudy today, but the sun will come up tomorrow. And as long as you were under the sun, live your life to the best of your motherfucking ability, man. So I am DJ Brainstorm for you on all social media. That is DJ Brainstorm, the number for the letter U.
Hey, you better tuck your little cootie cat up in these prom pictures you had.
I ain't even look at
seen him?
If the wind blew too hard, that monkey was out.
I ain't even look at him.
Hey, listen. Like I said, my
monkey was
Facebook
out, boy.
My Facebook private. So if y'all want to see, my Facebook is private. So if y'all want to see what they talking about, slide in my DM. Let me know. Hey, I come to the shop trying to see what that prom picture. Listen, that's why.
That's funny.
Listen, that's why I got the posture I got, because I was a late bloomer. I grew 6 inches in the summer before high school, and my body was cold as a senior. So yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a
I
big
ain't seen
deal.
the pictures yet. So all right, y'all. We'll catch y'all this Sunday. Sorry. We'll catch y'all this Sunday. Peace, y'all. We out, y'all. Peace, y'all.
Peace.